Welcome everyone to Ye Olde Table as Crit Eating Grin plays Curse of Strahd, a 5th edition D&D campaign from Wizards of the Coast. Joining me today, or this evening, are the players who will cast their die in their quest to save the land of Barovia. To my left we have...
My name is Megan. I'm playing Celeste, an Aasimar Ranger. And I would like very much to skip going to this Romani camp.
Vistani?
Vistani.
We're
Romani.
going. We're going.
Gypsy. They're all,
Careful, careful!
Yikes. Nope. Hi, I'm James. I will be piloting Bendura Chazen, a man of many names, and a lot of riz if people stop getting in his way.
Never.
I'm Ellie. I'm playing Niley, a Aasimar paladin, and I think my only life goal at this point is to stop Ben's Riz.
Awesome.
It's my oath.
Forsake my oath.
I will forsake my oath, and this is now my new thing.
I can't.
I'm Corey. I'm playing Rhodes, the human cleric, Twilight Domain, and he is not afraid of the dark.
I'm not convinced.
Okay.
I'm Maria. I'm playing Theolova, the Simic hybrid peace cleric, and she's really not looking forward to visiting this Vistani camp either, and is worried about ulterior motives.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
And I am Eric, your Grand Maestro for today's game. So, when last we left off, you had encountered a bit of a roadblock in your pathway on your way to Vallaki, if I remember correctly. It's been a long week. You guys had encountered a druid who did a cool thing and turned himself into a large, twisted, treed treant.
Trent.
And you had dealt with a few of his little twig blights.
His children.
And his little, his saplings.
Oh.
And I think we pick up with you all kind of pulling yourselves together, climbing back into the wagon, licking your wounds. Let's talk about where everybody's HP is at currently, starting with my right.
Feeling all right.
Okay.
Doing okay.
Okay. Good.
Ow.
Okay.
You boys fucked.
I have like one scratch.
Okay. All right. So that's good to know.
Tis but tis.
You saved Ruffles.
It's true.
Yes.
That's all that mattered.
Yeah, you did good. You did good.
So
Yeah, they fixed the wagon.
the wagon has been fixed.
I guess I should
You all
like
will
look at
load up
stuff.
in the wagon. It
Yeah.
is...
I'd actually love to roll the body of the druid and see if he's carrying anything and any identifying features, if there are things that
Sure.
we just were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Is everybody okay with that? Anybody want to help me?
It's I just got fucked up. I need answers.
I need answers.
What are you doing?
Investigation.
I suck at that. So.
I
Do you
can...
Just want to aid me?
Nope, I'm bad at that.
I'll help you roll the body over, yeah.
Cool.
And aid you.
The body is rolled over. The mask will be half cracked. One of the horns is cracked, kind of revealing,
Okay.
what is below.
I'm spending. You'll probably watch as you guys are rolling the body. His eyes get that same kind of butterfly look as he's just briefly, and I'm activating Cybolstered Knack to give me a bump. It is a dirty 20.
What you see is a human male feature.
Okay.
Skin is pale. Obviously, there's a look of grimace or pain on his face as he is dead.
Mm-hmm.
He has a ton of nature-based kind of accoutrement, clothing, etc.
Can I take all the charm pieces? Anything
you'd
I could
like
use
to.
for disguises or anything like that?
Absolutely.
I'd like to just kind of pull things that could.
Yep.
Okay.
So he has a few necklaces with kind of wicker twisted symbols or designs
Okay.
you would associate with a druid, essentially.
Okay.
Nothing that jumps out or stands out to you. He has
Nothing like Grandmama's charms or anything like that?
No,
It's
no.
all... Okay.
No. He has a few trinkets or things that he keeps in his, or has, or you'll find in his pockets.
Okay.
that are wood carvings and or kind of like wicker based combination of things.
Okay.
All true to being a druid.
Okay. Natalie, if you don't mind, I'm going to do something rather disgusting here in a moment, so you can close your eyes if you want, but it's going to happen. And I'm going to take the stake and shove it in his heart.
Oh.
Okay. You will do so. Blood will pour out, red blood.
I will, before we go too much further, everybody can heal for 10 points.
Oh,
Or wait,
Thank you.
14 points.
14 is better than 10.
Yes, it is.
I love that. Thank you.
Each?
Everybody,
Oh
yep.
my god, I'm back up to full.
I cast Prayer of Healing.
For you watching, they are also at level 4. They leveled up before we started recording.
Thank you, Fifi, as he's like shaking.
It wasn't for you, it was for Niley.
Thank you.
Alright. Still thank you!
Can I scout ahead a little bit and just like look for tracks, try to see like where this thing came from, if it diverted from the...
Sure, go ahead and give me a
woods?
survival.
19.
You will follow a set of tracks about 25-ish feet from where he appeared, and they seem to just fade into nothing, as if they just appeared right about where that mist would have started and you started seeing him.
Okay. Drag the body to the side of the road.
When you get it over to the side of the road, it is literally going to dissolve or break down into spiders, just, and it scatters everywhere. One of them is crawling on you.
Oh, I've got a little pet, and I'm gonna put it on my shoulder and just
Does
walk
it
back
bite
to the
you?
cart.
It's a
It will deal 1 point of damage as it bites you.
Hey, watch it, don't kill spiders.
It pops.
Oh.
That wasn't lovely. How's everybody doing?
You can shoot webs now.
Yes!
That comment, you notice me kind of like cast my eyes down like, okay, that's not weird. I mean, that's weird if you shoot webs, right? That's weird,
It's
right?
a little weird.
Okay,
It's a little weird.
Just making sure.
Everybody
Shall we
doing all right?
go? Is what you'll hear is Mark say as he has now kind of got himself into the driver's seat of the wagon.
Ugh.
After re-harnessing and putting Ruffles back.
I'll climb up there.
Ruffles can take some healing too if he had any damage, because there were 6 people I could heal, so.
I don't think Ruffles
think he
took
took
any
any
damage.
damage.
That's fine.
He was
No,
just
but-
kind of
If
wooed.
Ismark
I think
did,
Ismark did. Maybe.
he can be second to Ruffles.
Irina, you doing all right?
I'm fine, yes.
Yeah, I caught her. Don't worry.
Thank you, Natalie, for looking out for our most precious possession. Thank you.
We should get going, that's what she says.
I think I was walking by the cart at that point because we had switched off, so I'll continue to walk.
Okay.
I'll walk as well.
Oh,
I'm gonna
get some cart.
be kind of on the lookout as well. See if I see anything, more things fading in from the mist.
I'll walk. The cart hurts my butt.
Okay. So the reins will be lightly snapped. Ruffles will kind of get his footing and start to slowly move down the pathway, leaving this encountered area as you kind of approach a faint fog or mist up ahead, and it almost rolls. You watch as it rolls back, kind of like the Red Sea parting on the pathway. And as you get within about 15 feet, it stays about 15 feet ahead of you, just constantly rolling back and revealing a pathway.
This place is weird. This place is weird. This place is
I don't think I will ever get used to that.
Now, those of you who are walking, raise your hands. Who's all walking?
Oh, it's just
Good.
this side of the table.
Clunk, clunk,
Okay.
clunk, clunk.
What is your marching order? What is your distance from the wagon? Distance from the wagon.
I'd be like 5 feet in front of Ruffles.
Okay, so you're walking ahead.
Kind of in
be
front, yeah.
on the left side near the cart, you know,
Okay.
just like the same.
Taking
spot
it more
over.
of like a guard position instead of like a casual walk, which is what we were doing
Sure.
before. Would kind of be like my idea of how we were doing this. Like,
Okay.
I want to be first.
I'll be on the right side then.
Okay. Are
And,
you guys right by, those of you left and right, are you right by the wagon, or is there space between the wagon and where you're walking?
I'm gonna be right, like, the wagon's this spot, I'm like the next. I'm just kind of walking right next to it.
So
within
like
earshot of
3
everybody.
or 4 feet away from the
Yeah.
wagon. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Just questions.
I don't believe that.
If you look back, those of you who are on the side, you will see that the fog will actually kind of like kind of comb around, and then at about 15 feet kind of like folds back and obscures behind. So it's almost like the pocket, this kind of clear pocket, moves with you.
Oh.
If I turn around, I see a horse.
Shit.
Yeah, you do.
Ruffles, hello.
I'll point that out to Ben and be like, we have a bubble.
Take a little peek back. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Is that typical, Ismark? This is normally what happens when you go through the fog?
I mean, the fog is very strange around these places for sure.
Do you have some kind of thing that's like warding it off?
I do not.
Maybe it's Ruffles.
Ruffles
Perhaps-
is enchanted.
Perhaps it is you, people of the cloth. That's what he'll say.
Oh, that's true.
Well, let's
I
test
see
that
that
theory,
echo.
shall we? And I will step off the
You
back
are not
of
of
the
the
cart.
cloth.
And I will...
That's his.
That's the point. And I'm gonna
stand.
stand in place and let the cart kind of move beyond that 15-foot radius. And
As
see.
it does, you can see that the fog gets closer and closer and closer, and it will actually kind of hit you almost like a wave, if you will. You can
Oh, it's like a-
feel it. And when you do, you see this enchanting woman reach out and kind of like cradle.
Oh, we've played this game before, and I'm gonna
Underneath-
run back to the cart.
As you like look back, you can see that this beautiful lady who was trying to like grab a hold of your face to kiss you is like reaching out with talons and claws and like half skeletal, half human.
Nope.
Charging
Fuck this
after
place.
Didn't you almost just die?
Yep, yes I did. And I almost
Why?
just died again. Because I'm inquisitive by nature.
We could have told you what happened.
And because you went into the fog, go ahead and give me a Constitution save.
Constitution?
I lied. A charisma is what we're playing with for our fear and
Charisma.
madness.
17.
Okay, you are well. As you will all see and hear, been charging from the fog. Looking back.
Scooby voice.
Yeah, exactly.
We like took a left turn, completely gone.
Fuck.
Been nice knowing you, Ben. Well, that's pretty neat.
Did you think it was neat, Ben?
Yeah, it was lovely.
This is such a great energy we have here. This is
In no way,
happy.
no way tension.
Who's driving the cart?
Ismark.
Ismark's driving.
How drunk
You're
is
sitting next
Ismark?
to him?
Ismark is not drunk. He may have had a few nips, but he's not drunk.
And plus, that fight would have washed everything out.
Sobered him up pretty quick, yes.
Yeah.
All the religious people are walking.
Yeah. Not by.
If they,
Let's just start.
I'm gonna say like test it, like move out like 5 more feet from the cart. Does that make our bubble like 5 more feet?
Who are you asking
Me.
to do that?
Her, because she's walking right next
Do
to
you
her.
comply with her
Yeah.
askings? Okay. When you
I'm
do,
afraid.
it does not. It gets very close to where you see a hand reach out trying to pull you in.
Nope.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, goody.
Let's just play with the fog.
If I have disadvantage on stealth, does that mean also on dexterity saves?
Mm-mm.
I do
Okay.
not believe so.
Mm-mm.
Sweet. Ooh, goody. That's a 7.
Oh my god.
If we were watching this, could we have assisted her? Like, oh, look the fuck out!
I
Oh,
would
look the
say
fuck
that no, she's just gonna have to deal with this. This is part of her
It's
thing.
fine.
You are unable to escape being grasped a hold of initially. You will be able to pull away from it, but you will take a little damage.
Stop messing around with the fog.
Well, it's not the religious people.
You will
then.
take 4 points of necrotic damage.
Ow, I feel deader than I was before.
As there feels as if there is a burning sensation where the fingers kind of pass through your arm, and when you look, you can see that there is the skin has discolored as if it was cold in the shape of a hand. It takes a moment before like the temperature returns to that portion.
You alright, thief?
I think I'm freezer burned.
What's a freezer?
It's like an ice box.
Cold
Oh.
box.
Oh, I see.
Like an ice box.
What if it's Irina?
We're not testing. We're gonna stop testing. Actually, we figured out it's just the faith.
Irina, do you
No.
feel like you just happen to be a little more lucky than the rest of the world?
No.
Have things just always gone kind of okay for you?
She's going to say, define okay, because I don't feel as if they've went okay for me. I'm in a cart in a scary place, running for my life.
Fair.
That's okay. That's a fair point. I merely meant, in your normal day-to-day. Coming from the town of Barovia, it was pretty bleak from what I remember.
I was pretty much sheltered inside of my home by my
Their
father.
house was attacked every night, pretty much. I don't think that's okay.
Well, I had a normal childhood, if you
good.
want to consider it normal, but yes, the older I got, the more things became stranger, is what you'll say. Or weirder things.
Alright, tell me about your childhood. No, I'm kidding.
You want to dive into this expert? Well, it all started.
Show me on the doll.
Are you thinking that because Irina here has the attention of the Lord,
Perhaps.
that there's...
Then why wouldn't he just have the fog overtake us and take her?
Well, maybe the fog is indiscriminate. Maybe it's one of those things where it's more like, it's always deadly. So he less controls what happens and then more controls where it goes.
Huh.
As if the fog is a living, breathing entity in and of itself, is what his Mark will say.
More like a bargain they've struck with each other.
Potentially. This is why I drink, as he takes another nip.
Slow down now. Come on.
It's
now.
just a nip.
Okay.
Have to be the bottle.
We have several more miles before we arrive at the camp.
Good.
Keep your wits about you.
Definitely will. Would it behoove us to not look like ourselves, or are they pretty much aware that we're here?
They're aware we're here.
Yeah, they sent us here.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a few choice words I'd like to have with a certain Vistani, but besides that...
Here's a question.
Yep, I'm just going to take another nip. That's what he does. Like, he has no answer for that.
What can you tell us about this madam who runs the camp?
She is one that dabbles in the magics, or the... Oh, how do I put this? The mystics, I guess, is more of a better way to put it. She uses tarot cards to foretell the future, that's what I'll say.
Can I do a hit? Do I know what those are?
I would say that everybody would know what they are.
What were they called?
Tarot.
Okay. T-A-R-R-O-K.
Yep,
Okay.
we're going to go with it. I think that's what it is.
Okay.
If not, it is now.
Can I do a history check to see if I've ever encountered something like those cards or card usage?
No, you won't need to make any checks. It's just, like I said, it's pretty common that back in Faerun, where you all have hailed from or traveled, that there are people that dabble in what they call the mystics.
Okay.
That use different magic items or devices, such as crystal balls or other things, to kind of channel... how do I put it? Channel the ability to foresee or foretell the future, if you will,
Okay.
or the timeline.
Okay. Well, it might be worth getting a little bit of information from her if she can see into the future.
Would we know if there's any, anything placed in this? Is it just people, who do things and they say it's real? Or, have we seen what they've told come true, kind of?
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
Ooh. I'm so great at insight. 19.
You, based off your roll, believe it's all a bunch of hocus pocus
Okay.
bullshit.
It makes sense,
Take
but
your
yeah.
mind to the man behind the
As a matter of fact,
curtain.
let's everybody roll an insight check and see where you stand on this.
Knowing that I probably have posed as a mystic or a
Nice.
diviner at some point in my life,
She could have advantage.
could I give...
Sure.
And what are we at, guys?
Insight.
You're just making an insight check.
We're just vibe checking the sitch.
I'm sorry, what is the question again?
If you believe in the...
It's the insight check is going to basically be where your stance is. Do you believe in these people? Can they really use cards and trinkets and baubles to
Tell the future.
tell the
set
future?
Fate.
Or is it basically a charlatan's game?
And would you think in Rhodes' background, did the Vistani appear in the lore of Barovia that he's aware of?
I would say that you are quite aware of them. Yes.
Okay.
I would say that it probably would give you more of a belief than an unbelief. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. What has everybody got?
15.
I rolled a 14, but I used Side Bolster Knack to get there, and if it's not a success, I don't spend the dice. So
It's everything's good so far. What do you got there?
11.
I
Just-
oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
12.
Okay, everyone here has beaten a 10. The 10, if you got 10 or lower, you totally bought into this is something magic. This is lore, law, whatever it is, it works. You guys are all very skeptical. On your degrees, the higher the number, the more skeptical you are.
Oh, okay.
It's the only guidance
So
I
if
need
you have the
from my
11,
three.
you're a little bit more like you could easily be persuaded, like, whereas the 19 is like, yeah, no, that's parlor tricks.
I think it's probably one of those things where Ben's up in the car and he's like, and just like throws cards like he's tossing them and making them appear and disappear. It could all be a bunch of gobbledygook.
Fugazi.
The Vistani are an established people of this land.
Doesn't mean the tricks they do have any merit.
So are town musicians that go from circus to circus. They're just parlor tricks.
I happen to think that our parlay with them was not just chance.
I agree with that.
Because of your background, go ahead and give me a religion check.
Okay. Doing good tonight. Wow, that's a 5.
Amen,
Okay,
brother.
Okay. Continue on. Carry on.
Uh-oh.
You've been skipping evening prayers, I see.
Yeah.
Well, I think at the very least we should attempt to appear to be appreciative of them and kind and generous. I've always found that the best way to infiltrate is, well, celebrate one's culture. So, if we can at the very least attempt to blend in, we
Just
might
stay
get
outside.
better answers. Sorry? You want me to stay inside?
No. I said, can we just stay outside the camp?
We could, but if this mist keeps doing what it's... Let's see what happens with the mist, at least. Maybe it's a carved-out sanctuary.
Have I
A
seen
safe
anything
spot.
when we're walking? Like, gonna hear anything?
Nope, other than just eerie quietness.
Oh, okay, worse. Thanks.
I have a aversion to being abducted. It really hurts my feelings. And that was the second time this has happened in my life, so I would really not like to
I
camp.
would also prefer
near
to
them.
not be abducted, but at least let's scout it out. We might be able to find a safe space within there. Maybe there's a rule of hospitality they have, or something of the ilk.
Can't wait for this one to blow up in our face, guys. Can't wait.
I have
Does
all
anybody-
the confidence in the world. We'll be fine.
Does anybody have... There's like a way to, like, be protected. Like, I've seen those, like, magical rooms people do, where it's all nice and temperate. Can we do that?
No, but I could create a way for 3 of us to speak to each other psychically. In case we need to GTFO, as the children say.
In addition to
That's
the...
the
What does
lads and
GTFO
lasses.
mean?
The little satyrs, they say GTFO.
Go the
It's
fuck
face
out?
speech now. I like it.
It's Sylvan.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my
There
God.
you go.
The satyrs speak Zoomer.
Yeah, exactly.
No cap.
No cap.
So we would just need to determine which, currently, I'm not quite expanded this trick yet, but which 3 of us should be connected. I have to be one of them.
And while we communicate with them, I can provide us assurances against some of their tricks and fear.
Ooh.
And I can do it for within a mile. So as long as we're within a mile of each other, we can communicate.
Perfect. We can stay outside the camp and keep watch on Ruffles and everybody.
Well, I would like to keep Irina safe. And she appears to be
Ruffles is
a
key to this
beacon
negotiation.
that scares away the bad things.
Perfect. We'll stay outside with her.
I think she should come into the camp if she protects us.
I mean, the camp should be protected. We should hang out back to keep her safe if she's going to keep the fog away.
But if the camp is protected, wouldn't it make sense that we all go to a safer place?
We should all stay together instead of split up.
Yes, I've been alone here, and the last time I was alone here, zombies attacked me. And I would prefer for that not to happen again.
Yeah, unfortunate that happened.
I'll also
first
say
time.
that it seems we struggle the most when we're on the road,
Agreed.
as if his influence is strongest out here.
away from the established locations.
So, I think we all go in together and...
Have faith?
Always.
Of course.
Why?
Just a question.
Time will pass. You will travel for another mile or so, putting you at 2 miles from where your encounter was.
And I'm chatting with Irina the entire time.
She is going to be very dodgy.
That's fine.
It is at this point, those of you in the front, which would be...
Ismark, Celeste, and Niley.
Very good.
Thank you.
You're going to notice that the pathway takes a bit of a fork in the road. There is the path you've been traveling that is like an old broken down cobbled path where, like I said, there's patches of cobble that peek through some dirt or mud. And then it kind of veers off to the right, which is more of a muddy pathway. And that is when Ismark pulls the reins off to the right. As he starts to head down the pathway, you will notice that the road gradually will disappear as a road and is now replaced by kind of twisted, muddy pathways that lead through the trees. There are deep ruts in the earth and evidence of the comings and goings of wagons. The canopy of mist and branches suddenly gives way. The black clouds boiling far above. There is a clearing here next to the river that widens to form a small lake several hundred feet across. 5 colorful round tents, each 10 feet in diameter, are pitched outside a ring of 4 barrel-topped wagons. A much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake. Its sagging form lit from within. There we go. Words. Near this tent, there are 8 unbridled horses that are drinking from the river. The mournful strains of an accordion clash with the singing of several brightly clad figures around a bonfire as a footpath continues beyond this encampment.
See? It's just a circus.
Meandering north between the river and the forest's edge, I will now hopefully transition to what you guys would see.
Do we see that these are roaming? Like they have one set camp or they're roaming?
I'm gonna need some
These
stress candy,
are
please.
roaming.
Mainly Snickerses.
Yeah.
Roaming peoples.
Yes.
But this particular camp is like a waypoint for them.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's enough.
Yes.
You don't want any more.
I'll be good for now.
Okay.
Is there something on the screen?
There will be in a second. When I show you what the screen looks like without the blackness. We will turn off the dynamic rating.
As you're figuring this out, I would love to, if I can, knowing what Yaska looked like, and now getting a bead on these people here, I would love to assemble the closest version of that clothing that I have in my
That's fair.
disguise
That's fair.
box.
It'll be good enough to pass for the clothing.
More like honoring what they're
I got
doing.
you.
And less
Bits and
like,
pieces here and there to be respectful and kind of say, hey, no harm, no foul.
Yep.
Got it. It's fine. So you guys are going to enter from this location. I will ping it, hopefully. Way down there is the pathway that you are heading to.
I'm so sorry, you're going to have to ping that one more time.
It's basically right down there.
So we're approaching from the south.
Correct.
All right, compatriots. Who are we linking up? Just in case we get separated.
Put her in the link. She'll get separated.
Okay.
If you want somebody carefully put the wagon on the map, I'll transition to where we can see the physical table mode. All your toys are on the table. Place the wagon down where your notepad is on the pair. Yep, there you go. And Ismark will be in there along with Irina. Zierofus.
Maybe it's me.
I think we're probably doing this far enough away. We're having this discussion far enough away from the camp that...
This is just a visual of where you'll end up, essentially. And you guys can have your
the-
conversations before you arrive.
that one, and I go in front.
This one?
I
so.
think I should be linked to its
That's her.
So I can only link
you
up
link?
to 2 creatures outside of myself. So 2 other creatures I can link. Basically, the 3 of us. I can speak. I can speak to you. You can speak to me. But you guys can't speak to each other. So I'm basically the
This is teleport.
Conduit.
yeah. I'm the operator.
Element.
Oh, please.
And who's linked to you?
I can choose up to 2 creatures. I see. I roll a dice. For a number of hours equal to the numbers rolled, the chosen creatures can speak telepathically with me, and I can speak telepathically with them, as long as we are within 1 mile of each other. So if we
Who
get
are you
separated,
choosing?
if we... well, does anybody plan on sneaking off and doing a bit of investigating?
No. We should all
Which
stay
you give me
together.
for.
I can't make that promise.
I can't either.
So, Celeste, do I have
Should we do
your permission?
Ismark?
Yeah.
Your consent?
Yeah, well.
Ismark?
Oh,
Maybe.
could you- maybe Irina?
Irina might be a good call.
Who's playing bodyguard for Diary?
Either, yeah. As long as someone's near her, I guess.
Yeah. I
She'll be able
figured-
to whisper, communicate. Irina, do I have your consent?
I do not consent to this, is what she says.
All right. Hopefully we can repair that someday. So we need
It
another.
might be some time, but
That's
we
okay.
can try.
I'm a patient man.
Are you a man?
I believe so. I'm still me.
Okay.
X to doubt. I'll do it.
All right, Faith, do I have your consent?
Reluctantly.
For 3 hours we were linked up.
Oh, goody.
Who else
And
is
you
it?
guys, the 3 of us.
Okay.
You guys watch, he just kind of clasps his hands and whispers something inside of them, and you'll see like 2 little... Vanilla peanut
Stop farting and making it look like magic.
and he'll kind of unwrap his hands, and you guys will watch like 2 little fireflies that are just like pulsing like a light, purple light, and they kind of fly up onto your shoulder and then crawl up into your ear.
Okay.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Can
This
you
is
hear me?
weird. This is weird.
Not so loud. Just think quiet.
I would have leaned over to
folks.
Irina and been like, thank God you didn't say yes to that.
I can't
She's
hear
gonna
you.
scream like, you just put a bug in my ear.
Okay.
Hey, Ben!
Nope.
But
This was a
distracting?
mistake.
Is this distracting?
I am fine. La 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 la.
You can hear me over that because I'm inside of you.
I'm gonna start singing the song that never ends.
Oh my...
For it goes on and on.
My...
He's just gonna pan over to Rody and just be like,
I can't hear it.
You chose.
Yeah. What's going on?
Can't hear it.
nothing. It's fine.
I feel like that was fate.
At this point, you guys are probably within about 50, we'll say 60 feet of the camp. The music is festive and getting louder.
Okay.
There's a large bonfire.
Nighttime? Is it? We're kind of approaching at
It
nighttime.
is like probably afternoon, crossing into evening, I believe.
Okay.
Because I think we left pretty much early morning from
Yes.
Barovia.
Yep.
So we're getting close into the evening, like that transition.
Who should take lead?
This was your
I
idea.
was gonna say, you're so
Yeah, you're the one that wants
eager
to be here. If I lead us, we're leading ourselves away.
Ismark will stop the wagon, pulling it off the side of this muddy pathway or track, essentially about
I'll go-
30 feet.
All right. I'll go parlay and see if we can, hopefully, earn that hospitality bit. Is everybody all right with that?
I'll go with you.
Do you need? I was gonna say, do you need back up?
All right.
I'll post up near Irina at this point, like, already identified being the bodyguard, so.
Okay.
How was the fog here?
It broke away.
Like around this
For,
entire
like-
camp.
Yeah, it cleared up. Based in, I know the badly read description, but yeah, like
Like, can you see across the river? And...
you can see across the river, but you will see that the fog is kind of in that kind of forested embankment.
As I'm walking over, I'm going to do psionic recovery, which allows me to get one of my dice back as a bonus action. All right, ready? Shall we do this?
I'll be watching for anything that appears to be some sort of trickery or fear effect.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception
Magic
check.
effect. And if I see something like that, I'll activate my Twilight Sanctuary.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Mm-hmm. Zing, zing, zing.
Okay. And the two of you are scouting or going ahead, right?
Yeah,
And everyone else is at the wagon.
Yeah.
You are bodyguarding. Okay. What are you two doing?
singing the song that never ends in bedtime.
Oh, us two? I'm gonna stay with Irina as well.
Okay.
I might make like a perimeter, but yeah, I'm gonna stay pretty close. I'm not trying to interact with any of these.
Is Marcus going
abductors.
to hand over his little flask that he has to you?
Oh, gladly.
As both Rhodes and Ben will approach, the music kind of goes, as a squeeze box kind of comes to a halt, and about a dozen or
Oil
so
those wagons.
eyes are literally looking at you.
Ho there, friends. We are
Oh, where? Oh, where?
never connecting with my party ever again.
It wasn't even the
Oh there, friends. We are but travelers here, looking for a place to rest, and Alenka, Mirabelle, and Sorvia recommended we might be able to pop by for the evening.
Oh boy. You are going to notice with your perception check that makes them very uncomfortable and not necessarily happy to hear those names. What is it that you want from us?
My name is Duncan Ebhezer, and we are merely looking for a place to camp for the evening. We were told that the madam might be able to offer some sanctuary for the evening. We promise we have no ill will. We promise we are approaching this with nothing but good intent within our hearts.
There's like light whispers and conversation that are taking place.
Can we hear this? Like,
I'm being loud enough.
But
I
mean, like, I
feel
don't know
like
how
you
far
would
away.
hear him. You may not hear them.
Well, I'm
just
just gonna pop in. Like, who's Duncan?
Oh my gosh.
I'm
here
going
we
to
go.
whisper back to you. I'll explain later.
You're whispering or mentally?
In-
Mentally, just
Oh, okay.
shooting it right back.
Okay.
Rhodes will just speak up and say, as a largely unaffiliated traveling companion, we also are just needing sanctuary for the night. We've been attacked on the road by a druid, and
It turned into a giant tree. It was a whole thing.
There will be one very attractive, sultry human Vistani female who kind of comes from one of the...
It's a fucking Yaska.
It is not. Comes from one of the barrel wagons and she says, "The madam has been expecting the two of you," is what she says.
Oh.
She
Give
is...
Rhodes a little nudge. We're famous.
She is down by the river. No pun intended. And she points to the large tent that has illumination.
And what, pray tell, lady, is your name?
"You should see the madam," is what she says.
Well, we are knackered and do hope that we could get a spot of food for the evening as well.
Potentially, but the madam must see you first.
Just the two of us.
Well, your other companions are more than welcome to.
They were expecting all of us.
She was, yes. It is foretold. And she has sent me here to bring you to her, is what she says.
All right.
insight check.
You can.
Rhodes fully believes it.
100%.
This happens every time.
That's a 1.
Before we enter your camp, milady,
Rhodes is also, with your previous perception, a lot of the male figures that are around the fire are hands on their scimitars.
with a passive of 13, would I notice that?
No, you're too focused on
Whoever
Yep,
I'm talking to.
correct.
This fine people.
He got the nat 20 to keep his eyes open,
Okay.
so...
Perfect. All that I ask is that we can enter this camp and leave the camp if need be unmolested. Can you promise that? We will do nothing to harm the camp.
"We make no promises," that's what you hear one of them say.
All right. All right. Are there any things we should be aware of so as not to offend you?
They look around, and they don't answer. Right this way. Do not keep the madam waiting.
Chatty people. All right, let me go confer with my compatriots and see if we can enter this camp.
Okay.
I know. See you around there.
As you do, the music goes womp womp womp, like it picks right back up like a record.
Well, that went well, actually, I thought. Strangers, not particularly welcoming, but I think I can wear them down. The madam was expecting us.
That's not awesome.
Well,
Whatever.
She is a mystic, is what his Mark will say.
yeah. If it's real,
I
Well-
find it all rather consistent with our being here.
I'm more than happy. As long as Irina's protected, as long as you're around her, it's the only promise I made. We can go in. My name's Duncan, by the way. We can go in.
I thought your name was Ben.
Well, it is Ben. I'm a man of many names.
Okay. So why'd you say Duncan?
Because I introduced myself to Yaska as Duncan, so I was hoping to flush her out.
I was so confused by that.
Well,
Why didn't you warn us? How many names?
I have many names. But one true one.
Trademark.
His Mark will lean over to
He's a
you
demon.
and say,
He has one true name.
the name Duncan is such one that a yo-yo would use. That's what he says.
Precisely!
Up and down, up and down.
Precisely! That's the whole point. Names evoke imagery.
Can I have my flask back?
They invoke deception.
Well, absolutely, but we don't want these people to know who we are.
So what are we?
But
what's this
I'd
supposed
like
say?
to know who you are.
The three save us. We're all gonna die here.
I'll look at Irina and be like, "Are you coming in with us?"
I feel as if I'm safer on the wagon for a quick or hasty retreat, is what she says.
And one of us.
Unfortunately, we were all asked to go in.
I want to check that because I feel like he didn't say we had. She didn't say we all had to.
We were all expected, is what we were
I
told.
believe Ben, no matter what he says.
I love that.
Well,
That's
as
a
long as you're going in, and I will go in,
15.
is what Irina will say.
I'm gonna.
We'll go in.
Before we go in, I'm gonna cast
What else are they
Sanctuary
going to do?
on
Send us
her.
back to Barovia?
Let's see what this does for a minute. No, never mind.
They already put us in hell. They can't put us much further.
I rolled-
There's 9 layers of hell.
And I think we're on the 9th.
It certainly feels that way.
I'm more than happy to stay ahead of the group. So if they
You will.
do target someone, they'll target the straggler. Think of it like a herd mentality.
Uh-huh.
Can anybody protect us from mental things?
To an extent.
A little bit.
Okay.
That's
Well,
more. My brain feels foggier every single minute we're here, and I'm starting to lose track of light and dark and everything. And last time we saw these people, they took me a place that I did not consent to, and I do not feel comfortable conversing with their most powerful mystic, with a bunch of bull hockey.
let's just... The worst we can hear is some stupid future.
I'm not breathing any fumes in. I'm not drinking any other silly old wine
Yes,
either.
we shouldn't drink any wine here.
I have a flask.
It's not your fault.
Celeste, just let them do whatever you want. You're your own person. Shall we go
He's
in?
the only one who stopped people from killing
Ismark is ready to drive the wagon
off a cliff.
Same.
towards the camp.
Yes.
Yes.
Ismark,
Yes.
let's go. And I'll lead,
Okay.
and I'll be like 10 feet ahead of everybody.
So then he will snap the reins and roll for something.
And I'm gonna.
Okay. Ruffles is very hesitant.
It's okay, Ruffles. I'm just as scared as you, my friend.
And I'd love to just keep up. As
Do we
we're
all
walking
pick
through
up
this
that
camp.
Ruffles is hesitant?
Oh, absolutely.
I'll let everyone know
But
that
he will slowly begin to move, and he gets within about, let's say, 15 feet, or halfway there. His head is low, being Ruffles. And he will get, and it's all Ismark can do to get him to get to a certain point near the camp.
Well, leaving will be simple.
You might already be gone when we go to leave.
And I'll whisper in both of your. Psychically whisper in both of your heads. And it's a whisper, I'm not screaming. As much as I want to.
Can they hear you over the song that never ends?
Maybe not. Would you mind keeping an eye out? Just head on a swivel.
Sure!
Or what?
Anything that looks untoward.
This whole thing looks untoward.
Well, something a little more specific than a general vibe.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll...
Anything shadier than this shady situation?
Correct.
It's various shades of gray.
Would you say at least 50?
50 of them, I'm
At
sure.
least 50.
Alright, everyone go home. We did it.
We won!
We won D&D.
I'm gonna...
If we walk past that female, I'd love to just produce another little silk flower for her and say, for allowing us your safety for the time being.
Okay. She is very...
Nonplussed.
No, she blushes slightly. She's very enamored by the gesture. It says, right this way. The madam awaits.
Are we walking at this point?
I mean, the wagon's not going to be going
Yeah, I
anywhere.
didn't think so. Cool. Then I'll just, like, take up, like, on the left side. Like, if the people are on the left side, I want to be, like, a barrier between.
I want to
You
be
have-
flanking
You have
Irina.
miniatures on the table. Go
Oh.
ahead and put your wherever you're going to
We
go.
have miniatures?
Yeah.
What's that like?
The playing around the fire, around this
What was that
bonfire, are they playing games? Are they
This is more
like
of a...
partying?
I think
Or
that's-
they...
This looks like a kind of
be on
unwinding
either
drinking
side or not.
situation currently.
I think
Sit down by the
there.
river.
Are any of the wagons...
No, the tent is over here.
The
I would
big
think
tent.
The
This
big
one?
tent. Yep.
That's where we're headed.
That's where the madam. That's where you're being led to.
I'm pretty sure.
So you guys, if you're going to the tent, put yourself towards the tent. If you are posting up elsewhere, put yourself
Which one do
elsewhere.
you feel about?
Are these wagons here, are they
This
like,
one?
are there blocks under the wheels that haven't moved in a long
Which one are
time?
you?
Are the wheels taken off? Are they permanent?
No, you could
photos?
see that they've been they've
I'm
been
blue.
blocked.
So the
Maybe this
only like
one? No.
permanent structures are the tents.
Correct.
Okay.
Maybe.
And
I
they
think
can
it must be
be
this one.
obviously
Okay.
transported.
Taken down and
Yep.
yeah. But does it look like they've moved in a long
Not in quite some time.
Okay.
Ben, you said you were in front?
Yeah, I'm probably like right up.
Rhodes
Oh, is that
will
you?
request that everyone going into the tent stays within 30 feet of him.
The tent doesn't look very big. I think we'll be...
Yeah, it's pretty big. Those are 5-foot squares. It's at
30
least
feet
what,
of you.
Yeah.
10 by 15, something like that,
Yeah.
or 10 by 10.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like that size of this room that we're in.
Pretty much, yeah. Very cozy.
Right there. And then is this you?
Maybe.
It has an arrow, so where are you at?
The
Sorry?
unpainted miniature is you. Yes.
Yeah.
The unpainted one?
Yeah.
So
Which
that's
one's
me.
fee?
That's
Oh,
you.
then this one is.
Fee.
Correct.
Yeah, I
Put
totally
me in the back.
totally know what I look like.
So everyone is traversing to the tent, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rhodes is
Mark-
also going to reach out to Theolova and give you Vigilant Blessing.
Sweet.
Just trying to reassure you so you have advantage on initiative.
Sweet.
Ismark will remain with the wagon. So
As-
make sure Ismark's miniature is in the wagon.
Oh,
As we approach the
So he's going to keep
Nope, I'm
Ruffles.
You're right
And
there?
they're like in the camp now, right?
you better not.
The wagon.
The wagon is parked right where it's at.
Okay, got it.
Good enough.
as we approach the tent, not like I'm not gonna pull her aside, but I am gonna like do the like I'm gonna grab her arm low on Irina and just say, just watch her back before you make any moves. Unless you're under the control of somebody else, try to grab us. We want to just make sure you're safe. I have a weird feeling. I'm just kind of like
Sure, reassuring.
being like keep your head on a swivel.
Okay, Mom, I got it.
I feel like it helps that, like,
Oh, yeah.
It helps me feel better.
yeah, just like, well, no, I'm saying like a paladin and a cleric and then another cleric behind her. Like, she's got like a whole little triangle of armor.
Okay.
Any guards around this tent?
Nope. 0 guards.
Do the horses look shit?
Is that an odd thing for like the leader of the camp to have 0 guards?
There's 2 ways to look at it. Either she's extremely powerful and they don't need to guard her.
That's what I'm trying to gauge.
I would say that you feel as if she's capable of taking care of herself, is the vibe you'll get. I'll give you that. The horses will look as you guys approach, and then we'll just continue to drink from the water. Okay.
I was more saying, like, do they look sketched out like Ruffles? Or are they like...
No, these
body
are
language relaxed?
very stout draft horses that are, you know, obviously carrying their wagons or moving their wagons.
Yeah.
Ruffles about to get a brother.
So, the person in the lead is whom?
Ben.
You are going to be the first one to see magic flames that cast a reddish glow
Right,
over the interior of
Duncan.
this tent. The flaps are wide open and pinned back. You will see that it reveals a low table covered in a black velvet cloth. Glints of light seem to flash from a crystal ball on the table as a hunched figure peers into the depths. As the crone speaks, her voice crackles like dry weeds. At last you've arrived. Cackling laughter bursts like mad lightning from her withered lips. Do come in. I've been expecting you.
Hello, madam.
Yes, hello. Come in.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
go in.
Walk in.
Okay.
I'm staying by the opening of the tent.
I'm same.
It is a pleasure to finally meet you, Ben.
I'll give her like a little bow.
She used his name Ben.
She did. As well as you, Niley, and Celeste, and Rose, and Philova.
Spit take.
And of course, the lovely Irina, is what she says.
When I
Can I get a little closer?
When
Yeah.
I get Irina into this tent, because the bargain made was bring Irina to Madame Ava, do I feel a release of the bargain?
From the
From the sisters.
You will.
Okay. Alright. Madame Ava,
It's been great. See you later.
we have...
As the conversation is taking place, you notice that she reaches to the side of her chair and she fumbles with a leather kind of pouch that she begins to unwind this leather strap.
We have heard nothing but great things of your premonitions.
Oh, good. It's very good.
We are merely travelers looking for sanctuary for the evening.
Indeed you are. Yes?
Would we be able to find that at your camp?
Potentially, but first, each one of you has a role to play. That is why you are here.
I'm sorry.
She pulls forth this old, kind of weathered deck of cards, top of which are black and ornate. But they have been used. And she sets the leather pouch off to the side of the table. She takes her bony hands and kind of pushes away the crystal ball, which you can see various magics and things taking place inside this crystal.
Inside the ball.
Absolutely.
Can I would love to do a perception check on if I can catch any glimpses of what she was looking at.
You can certainly try.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna spend dice if it's not a success already. I currently have a 21 perception.
You would catch the faint glimpse of what appeared to be a mansion, a building, a castle up on a high perch.
Okay.
And then it fades into just like swirling purple-green energy. And
As she sort of pushes it to the side.
You got it.
Okay. I just, Madam Eva, I'm sorry. You said we all had a role to play?
Yes, you do.
Ah. For what?
Have a seat. Watch. She's cleared a space on the table.
Are they chairs? Are they pillows on the ground?
They are like little stools, essentially. Wooden stools.
Alright. I mean, when these things are done, typically you sit. And I'll walk over. Do you have any tea by any chance?
But of course. And she goes to like her right side, and there's a small little table that has like cakes and cookies and a pot of tea and a couple glasses in which she will pour some. At first, you think it comes out very dark and black, but then it almost like lightens into kind of more of a brown color, and there's just a steam coming off
What
of
does
it.
it smell like?
Give me a perception check.
While that is taking place, I want to cast a glance at Rhodes because I feel like he's a little more familiar with some of these things. Just kind of get a vibe check from him, like if he's on edge.
Okay,
I think
Rose,
I would mirror that.
go ahead and give me a perception check.
16.
I have a 3, which is intense. I know.
We are literally intense.
Rhodes blurs out of vision. He exits Barovia.
Congratulations, you win!
Just phases out of there.
We got 2 robes.
I think Rhodes is eager to hear what she has to say, but finds it all unnatural and doesn't trust it.
Okay.
And
And also is
Okay.
particularly, at this point, doubting Ben.
I will...
Duncan.
Duncan. Well,
She
she's
called
called him men, so.
When I'll whisper in your head, I'll be like, how are you looking, Celeste? Anything odd going about
Well, then I'll be chill because you look chill to me.
But
In
turn
fact,
turn
you see
around and
him
look out
side-eyeing
the
him a lot.
Because I'm standing in the
It's
entrance,
been
so
a lot.
sure.
I gotta
Okay.
turn up my
Trying
perception.
to do like all 360 look around and out the front.
Everything seems very casual and comfortable. They're out there drinking,
Casual.
laughing, singing,
Super
unwinding.
casual.
Nothing looks crazy.
So just say nothing notable.
Other than you.
The tea smells of lavender and mint.
Okay.
But for a brief second, you thought you saw some sort of face emanate in the steam.
Okay.
It could be
No.
the various forms of incense that are being burned in the tent
Okay.
that kind of make you hallucinate. I'm not sure.
Pipe.
Are there like tea leaves at the bottom of the glass, like she would read tea leaves, or are they in the pot?
They would be in the pot.
Okay. Cool. It smells lovely, grandmother.
Thank you, is when she says, now, your fortunes, let me tell them. Please, watch the cards. That's what she says. And I will turn over to the cards.
Should we clear this?
You can. And I will show you the cards.
So strong.
Is this a predetermined reading or is this off the
Nope.
cuff? I love this.
So, let's see if I can do this. It's been a while. Basically, she's going to throw out the tarot cards as she shuffled them, and she kind of channels. She's got this look on her face as if she's like muttering a prayer, whispering something. There's a bit of spark or energy that kind of pops when she grabs the top card and lays it on the table.
Have I seen something like this before?
Not like this. This is a complete shock. You've
Like-
seen them. You've seen fortunes being told.
Like, grandma probably did this back home. Something like this.
Sure.
Okay. I'm trying to get a beat on whether it is a spell that she's casting or an innate gift that she
It
has.
looks as if whatever that energy that you've witnessed, or all of you can see it. It's not just strictly Ben, but all of you see it. It actually emanates from the cards. You can tell that.
Okay.
Are there any? I'm not at the table. Never mind. I wouldn't be able to tell if there
You could still see, like it's.
any familiar visages or any kind of like wording or runes or relics on the card that seem familiar.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, not at all. Other than they are heavily worn.
And then my last thing is, are any of the Vistani? Have I noticed any Vistani that were at the previous camp here?
You can give me an investigation to do that while the cards are being read.
Okay. No, not to 10.
Okay, so here's how this is going to work. If I can do this properly. Digital. Go back to these notes in case I screw up. She begins to lay essentially the pattern of what looks like a cross on the table. You can see the pattern. She will start from the left card and she will move to the top. And then she moves to the...
Clockwise.
You got it.
Got
To
it.
the bottom. And the center card is the last one that is placed. So...
Who's left?
Our top.
How? Can I gauge how old she is?
She looks weathered.
Oh,
You
like
feel as if
Meredith Grey.
she could be in her upper 80s,
She's
Okay.
but she could be even more
Timeless.
ancient. Yep.
Sure.
So, she begins to explain in her creepy, cackly voice. And she says the first card that you will see, as she's going to flip it, is going to be the history and knowledge of the ancient that will help you better understand your enemy.
Our enemy.
So she will
Being a
hopefully...
rocket scientist to know.
I'm not
What
very
about
much of
a
this land. I
rocket
don't know who will be
surgeon?
after us.
All right.
A rocket surgeon.
Yeah.
Can someone tell me what that card is?
The wizard.
But it matters if it's upside down, right? The picture. Wait, who's at what? Who's like madam and who's us? If it's on this table.
Oh, don't get complex.
No, but I think that matters, right?
No.
If this okay, so this is an actual tarot.
You so essentially
How dare they?
you
It's
all would be
tarot.
on this side of the table looking. She would be sitting where
So
you
we're
players
her.
are. Correct.
I'm her.
You would have her perspective.
100%.
This is the card of the
right.
wizard. What it means is
As soon as I zoom in here.
my spiritual voice will explain this further.
To the Swan of Stars.
I think I won't play Miss Cleo because I'm gonna play Miss Cleo.
Why couldn't they do actual tarot?
I know, right?
It's upside down.
I lied. It is the
Lips to
stars.
me.
Who's by Irina?
Me.
Okay. Which one of these two is by Irina?
Oh!
You guys are-
I'm at the
She
door.
I
says,
assume roads.
On the inside, though.
the first card is the Master of Stars, the Wizard. Look for a wizard's tower on a lake and let the wizard's name and servant guide you to that which you seek. That's what she says.
And servant guide us?
Serve
Is there a
and
name
or
for this wizard that you happen to know, Adam? Or...
These are very cryptic things.
Cool. It's like I say something to her and she's in a trance and is like not responding.
Correct.
Okay.
She then pulls forth the second.
I got a 21 insight on that.
You are assuming that it's referring to finding someone who would be associated with this card that can help you find a item of importance.
And then
That can guide us to it, basically.
Yes.
can I gauge if I like think she's just kind of that's kind of a general thing to say, like you can find somebody.
At this point, you're beginning to be a little bit more, or a little bit less skeptic based off what you've seen, as if this could be some very important information gleaned.
Okay.
Where's the actual deck of cards?
She will have them on her right-hand side. She takes her
on
left.
the table.
Correct. And she will take her left hand, and then she will spin it around so it faces you. So when she turns it over, all pictures and everything are facing the right way.
Right. I meant not these cards, but the rest of the deck.
They're on her side to the
Got
right.
it. Okay.
She pulls right from the top each
Got
time.
it. Okay. Cool.
So the second one is going to be
The
Diviner?
The diviner.
Diviner.
Diviner. No,
It's the diviner.
The
the diviner.
Anyway.
The divinator.
Oh, the diviner. Look to the one who sees all. The treasure is hidden in her camp.
Yeah, okay.
Like
Her.
I don't know.
I got a 12 insight for that.
Could be her. It could be another her. It could be another
Yeah.
camp.
Well, lovely. What are we looking for when we find this one who just happens to know all?
It's currently divining, though.
This card that I have just shown to you tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol, a great hope that will help you and your destiny. Is what you
Holy
see.
symbol.
you're healing your head.
What
I
good
literally
is
look
that?
at roads and feel over.
I'm in the middle of telling Ben in my head, well, it definitely can't be her if it's good and holy. Like it's
She pulls forth a third card. This is a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of light that can be used. She will reveal.
I can't read it.
Hooded one.
Yep. You gotta just find the right blurb.
This is so history, holy symbol, sword. Which is kind of cool because he's got this massive sword in the picture.
I see a faceless god. He awaits you at the end of a long and winding road, deep in the mountains. That's what she says.
Say that again.
I see a faceless god. He
Guard?
awaits God.
God.
He awaits you at the end of a long and winding road, deep in the mountains.
We really need a map of this place, guys.
Well, his Mark has one.
how do you know?
He showed it to me. It was a big kerfuffle. Remember, he said he lost it.
Oh, the fourth card.
Oh, he didn't.
The one This card will shed light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against the darkness.
Mists. Cool. Well, that's not promising.
It's been trying to kill us the entire time.
Right? Miss me with that.
Shed light. Ally. Just an ally.
Find
Ally.
I made us a sign.
What is it?
Ruffles.
Oh,
A little placard for our horse friend.
Mm-hmm.
great.
A Vistani wanders this land alone, searching for her mentor. She does not stay in one place for very long. Seek her out at St. Markovia's Abbey, near the Mists.
St. Markovia's alley? Abbey?
Abbey.
Sorry.
Abbey.
Abbey's a holy place, right?
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of holy shit. Ben's not stoked.
I am.
I'm gonna pop into Fee's head, and I'm gonna say, St. Markovia, have you heard of that?
I got a 19 plus whatever you want me to roll to history.
That'd be history.
So 18.
You've never heard of it.
-1.
Yep. Never heard of
Is
it.
there any chance for it's
You can attempt a history check if you like.
history?
Can I try?
I'm just not in your head.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's Dusty.
It's Dusty.
Dusty is St. Markovia.
She's everything.
I got an 11.
I got a 4.
You've heard a lot of holy places, but this one doesn't ring true.
Okay.
It would make sense. I've never been to
But we're looking
Barovia,
for a Vistani woman
Wanderer. She wanders alone.
who is looking for her mentor.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And the final card of your fates that are all intertwined.
Oh, Executioner.
Oh,
Well,
my
guess somebody's
favorite
dying.
card is what she says.
Cool your jets.
You fucked up, and I really like it.
The cards can't wait to see where the evil lurks. That's the wrong thing.
Okay.
Forgive me. I see a dark figure on a balcony. That's where I'm supposed to vision. Looking down
She's a
upon
little drunk.
this tortured land with a twisted smile.
Can you say that one more time with the laugh?
I see a dark figure on a balcony, looking down upon this tortured land with a twisted smile.
And are we supposed to do something on this balcony?
She
They
collects
die.
the cards with her bony, skeletal, form-like hand.
Are they like overextended, far-reaching, fey-like
They're
fingers?
thin
Or are they
and
like?
lean and spotted with
Okay.
like liver spots.
Yeah.
The skin is like very pale, maybe slightly crepey, if you
Okay.
will. But they do not look like elongated, unnatural kind of things you would suspect.
From the inside of his cloak, he's gonna pull out the bottle of whiskey that he had procured in the beautiful decanter, and Ben's gonna set it on the table and go, "Madam, for your generosity."
Now, I did forget to do for the 5th card. She will say that your enemy is a creature of darkness whose powers are beyond mortality, and this card will lead you to him, being the executioner.
Where we're supposed to.
Confront who
Sure.
your enemy is.
Okay.
I hope this simple gift. Thank you for the illuminating information you just
And you gave her what
gave
again?
to us. That bottle of alcohol. Remember, I asked back
Define
in town.
alcohol.
Was there
Sure.
anything? And the decanter set. It's like a grab bag.
Okay.
Arena goes, that looks familiar.
I hate to impose upon your hospitality, but you seemed to get a bit tickled when you drew the Diviner card and cackled. And I can't help but assume that might be you.
I find great enjoyment of foretelling the fortunes of those who see me. It is a gift I love to share it with those who are destined for fates such as yours.
Now, it would appear you may or may not have an item for us. Is that correct?
I do not have an item for you, no.
Insight check.
You can.
I believe everything she said to me.
Yep, me too.
I'm gonna pop a dice and let's see if this helps. 3, 8, 11 plus 3 is 14. Is that enough for a success?
You believe that she literally does not have a item to present to you physically? Yes.
Well, I'm intrigued. There might be an item. And the clue was one who sees all hidden. It's hidden somewhere in this camp. Assuming it's this camp.
If that's what you believe the clue says.
In your head, you'll hear, "Don't forget to ask if we can stay safely."
I'll get them. I'm wooing her.
You are more than welcome to stay the evening if you like.
Who said
is
that?
What she says.
Is that implied that she can hear our thoughts?
You heard it in your heads.
Oh, we heard it in our heads.
Yeah.
She, conference called it.
Oh, conference call.
Everybody or just us three that have...
Just those of you that are psychically connected.
Nope.
Rhodes is like, that was weird.
Why are they all staring at each other?
It was an unprompted statement.
Well, can I ask, why us?
Because the cards have foretold it. That's what she says. Your fates are aligned. Destiny is what she says.
And let's just pose this question. How long have you been waiting for us?
For a little while, but not too long. There have been others that have arrived before you, but they did not toll so well. Their fates were... well, that's what she'll say, and she just does this awful toothy smile.
Well,
Madam Ava,
Yes,
do you
Rhodes.
know a... do you know a Vistani elder named Stanimir?
I know all of Vistani, and Stanimir is a very loyal friend of mine.
we are looking for Vistani, correct? If she knows all of Vistani, you just ask her that one.
Sure.
Go ahead.
You're fine. Is Stanimir connected to our fate?
He is but a messenger on your fates, yes.
Do you happen to know someone named Yaska? I would love to speak to her.
You may find her at your next destination, but the name is very deceptive.
She's using fake names. How dare she?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
This is what we call instinct.
I thought you were going to ask about the other Vistani.
Enjoy the festivities of our people. Partake. Enjoy, is what she says.
Madam Ava, can we stay here for the evening? Unmolested, unprovoked, not attacked. Will we be safe here this evening?
Don't forget non-abducted.
We've already been
You are
abducted.
free to stay on your own accord, yes. What my people do is... depends on what you do to them, is what she'll say.
We'll be on our best behavior.
I highly doubt that, but I'll try to believe you.
Madam Ava, just a little bit of confidence. Maybe, if we are these destined heroes, perhaps a good word from you might ease us into the camp a little bit better.
Oh, but it's more fun if you play the game, is what she says.
Honestly, I really like her. Do you guys not? And while I ask that question, I'm going to pop into both of your heads. And I'm going to say, anything look holy inside this tent?
For me, that would be a 22 perception.
I have a 19.
To look around for holy symbols.
There's no holy symbols here. There's a lot of, like, Wiccan iconography, if you will, that's associated.
And I'm right at home, actually.
Oh, great.
How is Ruffles doing, is what she says, as she looks to each of you.
He's a little scared.
I get a chip
As
on my
he
shoulder.
should be.
He's
is what she
fine.
says.
We have Ruffles under control. You hear from the door of the tent, defensively.
Madam Ava.
Yes?
Is this fate before us, is it in the favor of your people?
Good
for us to succeed?
It is in your favor to help you survive and succeed. It is the only way you are going to return to your home. Yes, your home.
So what are the...
Does it also benefit your home?
Everything benefits my home.
Is there anything that you can offer us to traverse the roads more safely? We've nearly died every time we've gone out.
Finding these items that the cards have foretold will help you greatly on your quest.
Madam Ava, is there anything you need done?
Yes.
Outside of these cards?
No.
Fuck.
The Vistani Wanderer that you mentioned before, Madam Ava, do you know her name?
You said you know all Vistani.
The cards have not foretold for me to reveal the name. It is for you to play the game.
Right,
She must be Guildmaster. Very busy. Very busy life.
She's got a lot of shit
Well,
going on.
Does she know of the St. Markovia's Abbey?
I kind of want to ask her.
Like,
is it a place here?
yeah.
Did she tell us where?
No.
Yeah, I want to... Is Irina, how did she take all of that?
Irina is literally clinging on to you
Okay.
as she is completely frightened
Yeah.
and confused.
Okay. I will stand up with her, kind of supporting her, and make a very quick thank you for your time, polite exit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna be...
And I'll kind of get Irina out of there so she can breathe a bit easier.
I'm gonna hang back for a bit, if that's alright.
I figured you would.
She said we can stay, let's go. I'm gonna go with you guys and just help with Irina.
I'll stay.
Namaste.
Okay.
Namaste.
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 Feel
Then take care of
Irina and
Celeste.
I exit then.
Rhodes says it in sort of a almost threatening way.
Yeah. Love it. Madam, just two final questions, if I may.
You have a lot of questions. I have given you many answers.
But if you know me, I'm a bit chatty.
I know of you for sure.
Just a few more questions, if I may.
Two
it might
more.
help us with our two? Just two more, is that what you said?
That's what a few is.
That's true. So it could be 3, it could be 5.
No,
No,
we're
no.
going with 2.
Any particular reason that I was told to bring Irina to go to your camp? What is so special about her? That's the first question.
All the alarm bells.
It is what the master wishes.
I'm sorry, the master.
But of course,
Who's the master?
your questions are over. You've asked 2.
Part 1 and A and B of one question.
Good luck, is what she says.
Who the fuck is the master?
You could have asked that had you not asked 2 questions.
I'm gonna take a sip of the tea and head
It's
out.
very good.
As he goes to go out, I'm going to tackle him.
Oh, okay.
Like, with a cup of tea in my hand?
Sure. I don't care.
It's no cup of brown.
What is
Shit, motherfucker.
What is everyone going to do?
Do we
And then
hear-
You guys would need to make opposing athletics checks.
I'm sure
Is
I'll
it
fail
is
this.
it my acrobatics or athletics?
I'm going to say athletics because you are completely blindsided by
Okay.
this drinking.
I didn't know if
tea.
it was like a grapple situation where the
Do I get any
receiver
kind of
gets to
advantage
shift.
for like a...
I will give you advantage for that. Sure.
Surprise.
Yes.
Do we hear it? Are we in earshot of like them?
We just left, basically.
I'm
Unless I
sure
bring
you're
this
going
back.
to. I'm sure you're going to hear the collision.
Is this happening inside the tent or outside the tent?
The minute
As you
It's
exit.
like as you're walking out the door, so like right outside the tent.
And are you tackling me to the ground, or are you like pinning me to something?
Well, I kind of figured the tent's like cloth, so if
That's
I
true.
did that, I would
Like-
push the whole thing
yeah,
over.
like heavy
So we're
posts or
going with the ground.
Matches on fire.
As you leave, being the last one this transpires, everyone looking will see, but you will also see the lights go dark, the tent flaps collapse and close and swing.
Oh shit.
When I hear it, I would turn around.
What's your score?
What's yours?
Well, I can use an ability to bump it if I didn't beat it.
Silvery bars. No, I'm kidding.
It's an innate ability. It's not a spell. It's 13 is what I got for athletics.
Oh, I have more than that.
How much more?
Is that something I'm supposed to tell him?
I mean, if he's got an ability that he needs to know,
Yeah, so he doesn't.
is it greater than or less
I
than?
rolled more.
Is it within 6?
Is
it within 6 of 13?
Yes.
Yeah. 16.
I have an 18.
Okay, then you were
I have a
attacking.
19, sorry.
As the
was
tent
six.
kind of demonstrates this unnatural kind of reaction, is when you see the two of them basically get tackled.
What the fuck?
Gods above!
I start walking slowly back because it looks like she's got it under control.
I'm gonna
But
still
I'm
stay
gonna
with
start
Irina.
walking slowly back. Like, I'll just make sure we can.
Buy a girl dinner first.
Say, I want some answers.
About what?
All of this.
All of what?
It's not how you negotiate anything.
The, like,
Just singing a song
why
about
you're
how great the
supposed to
Twilight
bring
is.
Irina here.
I would like to try to wriggle out of the pin.
So it'll be athletics versus your acrobatics.
Who's rolling athletics?
You're
You
rolling
are.
athletics.
I'm rolling
You have
athletics.
to try to keep the grapple. He has the ability to maneuver out of it.
I've got one of these dice left, so if I 16 is my
No.
current acrobatics.
No.
Cool. I'm gonna reverse the pin, and I'm gonna hold her to the ground.
Okay.
I'm gonna be walking up, so however long you think that's gonna take.
Celeste, what
To
is
them?
going on?
Mhm. I turned around when I heard it. Like, I'm
Answers.
slowly.
And I'll stand up at this point, and I'll hold out my hand,
Let's talk
and I'll be like,
actual-
"Let me help you up
what we need to do.
Answers.
from the ground."
I start talking.
Can I suggest we go to our wagon?
A little more
You
private.
can approach the two of them. Fialova at this point.
I would walk up and I'd be like, you know how I feel about this, Ben. You haven't been telling the full truth about everything. And I don't know what happened in there, but if she found a reason to attack you, I kind of have to stand by her.
All right.
And I'm going to be, just a buffer for, you know what I mean, like muscle.
Niley's at least 30 feet away with Irina. She did not turn back.
Ben revealed in there that he had been called to this place separately from us to deliver Irina.
I'm sorry, what?
Ha!
Yeah.
Not here.
Or is it Duncan?
Not here. Let's find somewhere more private.
Why? Everything you've done so far has been private. Why do we have to keep being
Because
private?
we are in a camp where everybody is on edge.
Well, then maybe you need to be more forthcoming.
I am more than happy to be more forthcoming, but not here. Let's find somewhere private.
Roads will just
Perhaps-
motion towards the path.
Perhaps by the water.
I would say that you and Irina are heading towards the wagon.
Yeah, yeah,
Then
100%.
you will arrive at the wagon.
Did I notice, anyone, specifically honing in on her? Or are they just, skepticism
They-
for both of us?
Being the Vistani,
Yeah, sorry.
they are all going to watch you as you leave. It's that uncomfortable, light kind of cat-calling, kind of
Oh.
creepy staring. It's a
Okay.
it's a combination. Some of them are
What'd that PP do?
creeping on you with their eyes, essentially, and others
But
are
it's
just-
both Irina and Niley. It's not just focused on Irina.
That will be correct.
Okay, I just want to make sure it's not solely her, and they're at least divvying it up. So it's
Yeah.
just the fact that we're
Equal.
equal. Yeah.
As we walk away from the camp, I want to very, very, very secretly flick one of my fingernails off inside the tent.
Sure.
Just as we're, and I want to do it. I want to do it so nobody else sees it. Just like
Go ahead and give me like a ranged attack. See if you can hit it.
a ranged attack.
Well, I am assuming you're trying to flick it like a Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, it's good. It's 19. Do you want me to add anything to it?
No, 19's good.
Okay.
I'll go with that. It'll hit and assumably go into the tent.
Perhaps by the water. We can camp. It's loud noise. People won't overhear us.
Would that be a passive perception thing?
As far as them hearing?
Noticing.
Watching my...
What is your passive perception?
16.
You got a 19. So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, the 3 or 4 of you go down by the river. By the river. Sorry.
And where are you guys?
Me, Irina, and Ismark are all at the wagon.
And Fee, where are you?
I'm with wherever Celeste decides to go, since I finally have backup here.
Rhodes would make the argument that Irina deserves to be a part of this.
100%.
Well, can we pull like the horse and the wagon down to the river?
Yes, we're making camp by the river.
She made a comment that Ruffles should be scared. I don't know if this horse is going anywhere closer into this camp.
I think it meant scared in the world of Barovia was sort of what I got from that.
Is the idea that the wagon is closer to the Vistani than the river?
Yes, currently.
Yes.
Okay, that's fair.
I just think if we make camp by the river, it would just appear as if everything is as it should be. We don't want to alert. I will be as forthcoming as I can.
Can I add that with this mind connection? Can I show you memories as well? Like, can I show you what I'm thinking, or can I only communicate?
Let's play. Go ahead. If you want to show him memories, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. It actually says you can. Doesn't have to be language that you're communicating.
Okay. There you go.
I just understand it.
Before we move to the river, I'm going to get your eye contact, and I'm going to replay me watching you steal the map off of his body, so you can confirm that I know that you did it.
I don't think anybody saw me.
She
do
saw
that.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
I was awake.
That's right. You watched me do that.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to be like, bro, I got my fucking eye on you. Kind of like that look between, you can continue to stretch the truth, but...
Okay. 2 things happen in this moment. One, you hear basically what you get back is just a black void, and all connections are severed.
Do you look at me?
Somebody couldn't play the game.
No. Well,
She just said we had to play the game. I want to, after we walk through the camp, because I'm sure we've made it back to the wagon at this
You
point,
have.
is Irina more comfortable?
She
or...
feels a little bit more comfortable. Her
Okay,
vibe
because the
is
whole time I
better.
just want to be like, you were completely safe, nothing was going to happen to you. I don't know why we had to come here. That just told us nothing.
Do I clock that something just changed?
Between? Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Rhodes-
Absolutely.
Okay, Rhodes has had enough. You know what? I've changed my mind. We'll go back to the wagon. You can stay at the river if you want to. You can go wherever you want.
I'm
actually.
happy to be as forthcoming as you want. No deception, no lies, just truth.
Well, why don't we all go back to the wagon so Ismark and Irina can hear it too, since it involves
I was just
them
looking
both.
for a place for us to speak in private. That was all.
I'm sure that's true.
Private as we're gonna get.
it seems to me that you just revealed a huge secret that you wouldn't even tell your compatriots to a person that you don't know who has mystic powers. So I don't really know what privacy has to do with anything anymore.
I can answer that question when we are back at the wagon and anybody can ask me anything they want.
Let's go.
Natalie's the only one who defends you. I need you to know that.
That's why I'm
You're
trying
not
to get
here,
back to the
shut up.
wagon.
I'm just saying.
So you guys will trudge through the camp.
Do I hear a
Back
cat
to the
calling?
wagon.
Yeah.
Is it happening to the men too? I just want to make sure we're equal opportunists over here.
I mean, I feel like there's enough drunkenness taking place in this camp that everyone's getting their fair share of catcalling.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Just wanted to make sure.
Rhodes is
Banking that for later.
I'm immune.
Strahd.
Damn, Rhodes, okay?
Probably for the first time, Ben's not making eye contact with anybody in the camp. He's not engaging. He probably, if he sees that woman, he just walks right past her.
Can I vibe check as they walk up?
You don't need a vibe check.
Cool.
You can tell there's tension.
It's hostile.
It's very tense.
Cool.
I'm gonna walk right up, and as soon as we're in earshot, I'll be like, Ben was told to bring her to the madam. Looking at Irina.
I'm sorry, what is what she's going to say?
I'll, at this point, step kind of between the two, just in case Irina wants to throw hands.
Who instructed you to bring me to this madam?
Yeah, my question.
Does it feel relatively private at this point?
It's as private as you're going to get.
Okay.
Ben openly offered this information in front of us. I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation.
There is.
I agree.
Well, let's hear it, is what Irina's going to say. You want to earn trust, you want to win me back, as you so say, with your words, is what she kind of flourishes. Speak the truth.
All right. Yes. I was told to swing by this camp. It seems rather important that we get information about this land. I struck a bargain back at the inn with the three sisters.
There's your first mistake, is what you're hearing Mark say.
Ismark, I asked you questions as well, and you were not forthcoming.
It's hard to trust, is what he'll say.
Have we not defended you? Have we not staked our lives to bring you here? Have we not shown you time and time again that we will protect you and your sister?
He snaps around and he'll say, I have heard these words before. I have been burned by these words before, is what he'll say. It is very difficult for me to trust. Actions so far are beginning to sway one way, but now I have my doubts as he takes another nip at his drink.
I think Ben is just going to point at the giant fucking bruise on his face from getting clocked from the tree and say, I have put my own body in harm's way for all of you.
As have we for
What did you get? You said you struck a deal with the three sisters. What was it for?
Money.
Insight.
Yeah, same.
With inspiration.
I got 21 insight.
22.
It's against his deception.
21
Persuasion.
was my persuasion.
Okay.
18.
I got 22.
I got a 21.
It's the truth. It was for money.
Right.
So, for money, we came here and got told.
So I'm a monetary value to
That's where I
you?
was going. Yeah. I didn't think that was gonna go.
Rich
She
for
stands side by
lives.
side. You see this as coin, as vantage for wealth.
Where I come from.
You should go back there, is what she says. I have had enough, good sir. I say to you, good day.
Oh.
She will have a seat.
Unfortunately, we now know it's not quite that simple.
Unfortunately, we
There's-
seem to be bound to each other.
Fate at play.
I think maybe we cool off for a minute.
Wait, while we're on this topic, who's Yaska?
Yaska is a Vistani woman I met at this tavern on the side of a road. I was on a task for my grandmother. I hadn't been in the material plane for quite some time.
Presumably for coin, is what she says.
No,
Preach, sister.
Tasks for my grandmother are not for coin. They are for service.
You have a grandmother.
I do.
Oh. Interesting.
I thought snakes like him were born from the ether. We're just man bashing.
It's fine. This is not something I haven't heard before.
Okay, you met her and
We had a lovely evening.
you have words because
They prayed, if I remember correctly.
Yes. evening
Lots
prayers.
of prayers. On their knees, prostrate, praying, is what she's going to say.
Yeah, she's real mad.
Irina, you're not wrong. I hadn't
I-
met you yet.
Know that.
Maybe don't say her name. Let's stop engaging.
All right. All right. After that,
Is there jealousy in Irina's words?
Insight.
Yeah.
That's a 21 for me.
That's still a 21, yeah.
Nope, I'm sorry, 19.
Oh no,
It's a
yeah.
24.
It's a wave of emotions. It was like trust broken. There was some connection there. It was
Make
beginning
it
to
feel
build.
special
She
when
was
you
slightly
share it
charmed,
the same.
and now she feels as if he's nothing but a charlatan.
The
a
same
liar, fake.
every time.
Right.
Almond.
Every time!
This is quite a charged situation.
look, I
Did we learn anything from this encounter with the madam?
yes.
A great deal.
We
Do
sure
tell.
did.
I was here watching Good Ruffles. I'd like to know what was said.
I wish I could have told you all about it. I wish I could have had words to speak to you about what bargain was struck. However, where I am from and what I am bound by, once a bargain is struck, I cannot speak about it until it's done.
Well, then
Maybe
tell us.
you shouldn't strike any more bargains.
And tell us who you're
You
bound
know,
by.
for the fair few times, I agree with Celeste.
Hey.
I will take my jacket off at this point, and I will
Lock
roll
her
up
in his eyes. No, I'm kidding.
my right sleeve, and you
Smells
guys
like
will
rose
see
water.
a very small. It looks like a red yarn thread that just is tied in a very simple knot around his wrist. It's a part of how I was raised. It's my nature. I can't fight it. And frankly, it found us a place to stay. Frankly, it found us things to get us the fuck out of here.
Give me a
Get
persuasion.
one thing
persuasion.
straight. Ismark was planning on going here anyway. He knew about the camp too.
That is true.
It's a 13,
Okay.
but I would, if whatever it is, if that's not a success, I would absolutely spend my last psychic.
It's a success.
Okay.
You're gonna notice that there's a slight change in the demeanor of Irina.
Okay.
Not to the point of like, but you can notice that when he rings those words, it sticks. It resonates, I guess is the better.
And about the name thing, I have been telling you all my names from the beginning. The letters are there. I just have to wear many masks to get us into places that we may not be able to get into.
I hear that as he raises his flask.
Isn't that
and
for us
takes a
all to
drink.
decide and not for you to decide?
I completely agree.
Here's the thing
But I also didn't know if I could trust you all. It goes both ways.
Breathe in and then breathe out. We don't need to charge the encounter any more than it already is.
Did something change as a result of the bargain?
I was released from it. It was done.
What about all of this? That seems to be quite a surprise to you when it happened. Is that not how you were where you're from?
No.
So what is
For
it?
all I know, I was human. I don't know. Look,
I don't know how everyone is feeling here, but regardless of what we all decide, it's imperative that you find a way to be more forthright and honest. Find a way, even if you dance around it, to include us in these things. You can't continue to lead us darkly and then reveal a huge negative thing if you expect to continue down the road. We're all three fairly honest people. Well, Celeste is one of those like 80%, which is, we need that. But complete dishonesty is not going to be acceptable. We have to trust each other, and right now, none of us trust you.
Bluntly honest.
And if it's going to be something this, like, that woman seems, if her claims are true, that she has extreme power and influence over these people. We're standing in their home. At any moment, they could do any number of things to us, and you've let us into this bed of whatever it is.
When we're trying to protect Irina.
we are protected.
And each other. And we've saved you multiple
didn't know
times.
I was told that this was a safe haven.
Sorry, I didn't understand that.
Who said that? Who's in my head?
It was me!
Sarai! Strahd. No. Its voice has to be a Siri voice now.
Were you incapable of speaking the terms of the bargain?
I was incapable of speaking the terms of the bargain. It, unfortunately, is a part of how I was left in my grandmother's care. And
Because-
something she put on me
So-
to make sure her interests were protected.
So it's from a previous bargain that you can't speak of any bargains?
Not a bargain I made.
I'll accept that. It
It
is.
was a bargain. I was something bargained.
Okay. Let's talk about what we know. Instead of who you could be, who you are, what we're all doing here. She said, if we find those things, it'll help us get out of here. It'll help us win. And we won't die like the other people.
And protect Irina.
Yes.
And Ismark, you're not forgotten.
He's
the
the
lesser.
The greater.
The greater.
So he takes another nip.
There's more than one person who said it.
So I only took one nip.
We have to find those items.
Yes.
Great, let's start there.
There might be one in this camp.
I don't think they're gonna let us roam freely.
We do have leave to stay for the evening. We did secure that. Well, she said we'd be okay to stay. Now, it's a matter of how much we trust her, but obviously I don't think that I'll be the only one taking watch tonight. I think we'll be able to stand vigil, for sure,
And
vigilantly.
the item was said it was hidden somewhere inside a camp of one who sees all.
It
This
sounds-
might take a little bit of... And I'll look over at Celeste. A quiet touch.
The holy people look.
Not the tin cans.
Clunk, clunk, clunk.
Metal shifting.
Or the one who talks quite often, is what Irina will say.
It's possible. But I don't want to do anything outside of what you give me permission to do.
A fitting reminder that roguish types have their place in any adventuring party.
And we're not
Not even a rogue.
ordering anyone around.
That's fine.
If you guys think you can find it, respectfully,
I'm more worried about the consequences.
yes.
Well, not if we perhaps gamble for it.
You don't even know what you're gambling for.
A holy symbol.
A holy symbol to us
We're
or to
looking for
them?
a treasure.
Holy symbol means nothing
Oh, it
to
is.
me.
Right.
And
Wouldn't it be
I am
easy to-
merely trying to enhance the rest of you.
Wouldn't it be easier for you to pray about it with someone who might be convinced?
Perhaps.
Like actual
Not my-
prayer.
Not my ideal scenario, but
Probably not.
No.
I could do it.
I mean, I'm just... If all else fails, you can't find it, maybe somebody knows where it's at. Because if they move a lot, I bet that crone ain't digging her own holes.
If only to inspire trust with you all. I am willing
If they're into it.
to strike a bargain with any of you.
Gets all of his priest supplies together.
I don't want to strike a
What
bargain.
bargain do you want to strike is what Irina's going to say as she steps forward.
Oh,
No bargains will
boy.
be struck.
I will lay down my life for you, Irina. All I ask is a little bit of faith.
If you betray these people in any way,
There are serious consequences,
I will place my blade to your throat.
and I will gladly accept it.
She steps back and sits down.
Well, we have to shake on it.
Wait.
Done. She'll jump ahead and shake on it.
The moment she clasps hands with him, you guys watch the little red thread kind of like just very faintly hum on his wrist. And he's going to lean forward, just like right next to her ear, and goes, "And if you need anything, call for Nebuchadnezzar."
Okay. She
What does he
Her
get if
eyes
he
are going to get
wins?
wide. She pulls her hand back as if she wasn't expecting that, and she goes and just kind of like puts her hands inside and just kind of toils her hands back and forth of each other. And,
And he would have said that as quietly as he could, knowing
Sure.
that she would have still heard it.
Sure.
What did I say? No deals. Why do we make deals?
Well, this just gets better and better.
Well,
I wonder what he gets if he wins.
all I asked for was a little
Trophy.
bit of faith.
That has to be earned.
I agree. That's why.
Well, we're starting at 0.
So are we camping here for the evening, or are we
Yes.
traveling through the night?
No, we should camp here for the evening.
Okay.
If,
Let's all unwind with a reasonable amount of alcohol.
Reasonable to me, not to you.
Celeste, I will step aside and ask Celeste if you want to look around for the little magic stuff. On your watch, I can kind of be the person looking. You could be the person scouting around, if you know what I'm saying. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
Middle of the night.
Suddenly I trust these people more than that one.
You
So
can
what
always
are-
trust
what
a
are we
moron
doing?
to be a moron.
Well,
What are we doing?
You just heard Irina say nothing bad happens to you. Otherwise, I'm dead.
Yeah.
doesn't have to be bad necessarily for you to screw us over.
Any what's
Welcome
negative
to
things
my world,
resulting
sir.
in-
What time
Do you see what I live with?
Trust no one.
I would start helping Ismark set up
What
the
time of
tent.
day is it currently?
It's evening. It's
Like
it's
dark?
transitioned from like afternoon to evening. You're probably getting it's probably at this point like
Wow.
I'm gonna help
5,
Ismark
6
set
o'clock
the tents
vibe.
up.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, is it
I'll
dusk or is it like dark?
mingle with the
no,
people.
it's more of a dusk than
Okay.
than a pitch black night or dark night.
I think
Was
that's
that the
for
plan?
best.
Cast a
Yes.
wide net. Let's do
Yes.
a couple of scenarios.
I will be sure to flirt with everybody around that bonfire.
Perfect.
Do you think maybe we should like mingle and look? Not like search look, but just like perception look.
At the very least, we should
Before
come
we
up
do
with
anything?
some sort of distraction in case people would like to sneak around.
No violence.
Well, they look like they might fight for sport.
It's fair.
You could always take your armor off and come with me.
Would like to see what's underneath that armor.
Would you also like to get punched?
He might like praying roughly.
Roach, just like me. You know
to
what?
join the
Against
pranks.
better
Well,
judgment,
Rhodey!
I will take off my heavy armor.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I regret everything.
I would love to. Would you say this kind of qualifies ish as a short rest?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna reuse recovery and get another psychic dice back.
I'm gonna roll the d10 and hope I get at least a 4. I got an 8.
And while I would probably go over to camp first, and I would. Celeste, could you? I've got a pop somewhere, but I'm gonna go blind for a second. Can I put my hand on your shoulder?
Possible?
Sure.
Okay, you'll see the same kind of butterflies show up on his eyes, and he's kind of keeping his head downcast as I'm popping into the fingernail.
Sure. As you do, you just
You
see
could be on the
these
fingernail now.
kind of gnarled toenails kind of shuffle towards the nail, and you see this out of the darkness, kind of the silhouette of Madame Eva, and she's, oh, interesting. And she grabs it and crunches on it.
Ow.
What is that for?
Usually that trick works. Fuck. I like her. She reminds me of my grandmother.
Again, what type of home did you grow up in?
Well, it was called the Abode in the Boughs. It's just a little hut in the trees.
Savage.
Yikes. Right, well dressed.
Are you still at the camp with me?
I'm helping with tent setup and all the camp setup.
And, dear Celeste, what is the plan?
And where are we setting the tents?
Probably closer to the Vistani?
I want to be as close as possible to the wagon, wherever he's comfortable being. I think would probably be the best. That way we can make a quick retreat, need be.
I think
Kind of closer to the road, maybe? Too?
Sure.
Is it possible that while Rhodes is setting up camp, like he can sort of commune, like get a vibe from the night itself? I feel like the act of setting up camp, of making everyone comfortable, is like
A ritual, kind of.
yeah,
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
and trying to get a sense of, is he in the midst of people that are truly committed to this fate, or that are sort of dangerous?
As far as who you traveled with,
Yes.
how do I do that one? Let's see. Let's do
Like us?
an insight check with advantage. And I'll have each one of you roll a d20.
Lovely.
And let me know if it is deception or persuasion. So we'll start to the left. What did you get? Actually, hold that. Rhodes, what did you get on your insight?
I rolled quite low. A 10.
Okay.
Oh, I have 7 deception.
7 deception. Are you believing in the fates?
Well, what was the question, Anne?
So he's trying to get a vibe to see if everybody's buying into basically that this is a mystic fate.
The cards have brought us here.
Correct. So you...
Oh. No.
So you're not buying into it?
No.
Okay.
I got a dirty 20.
Deception or persuasion?
Persuasion.
Okay. Are you buying into it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a 12 for persuasion, and I believe in fate itself, just because of the paladin thing, but not in cards telling my fate.
Okay.
Like, I think it comes from something higher.
So you do not buy.
Not in the cards, no.
Okay.
I got a 7 persuasion, but it would be very obvious that I'm just like, God, my gods are number one. There's no fucking chance this is real. Even if it predicts something by happenstance, I don't even care. I'm in God's hands.
So based off your insight, you're getting a pretty decent vibe of what's going on then.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I thought you meant us as people for a second, and I was like,
Well, you are the people in the...
I is people.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
You is people. I is people.
Barely. Me. Be barely human.
Ismark, Irina, have you ever heard of a powerful holy object that mayhaps went missing, or something that's important to the land?
There are all kinds of stories about various artifacts and magical trinkets and baubles that have come and gone throughout the years, is what he'll say. Claiming to be powerful iconography or artifacts or weaponry or whatever it may, or whatever you choose to call it, that can aid or defeat the Lord of Darkness.
I do think it's a bit ironic that with 3 holy people and one of divine descent,
Careful.
that the first object we are to find may in fact be a holy symbol. Gives me a little bit of faith in the fates.
Are you gonna punch another priest?
If he's not a good father, maybe.
Do we know if the Vistani are, like, religious?
No, they're literally like those people we
Okay.
should not talk about. They're very similar to that.
I figured. Okay. So they don't, like... They wouldn't, like, normally have just, like, holy symbols hanging and...
No.
But, like, would
And
we
stuff like
know
that.
Unless
the
they're,
holy
like,
symbols of
protecting
this
it or
world?
something.
Correct.
Right.
Would you know if they...
Like, holy symbols of this world. Like, for our world, I'm sure we could identify, yes, this is some of ours, but, like, is there an overlapping religions? Or no? We've seen a lot of the Morning Lord, I think.
Yeah,
Well, we've seen
there's
religions.
religions here that would overlap into where you are.
Oh, okay. So we'd be able to, like,
You would easily be able to notice if something was
holy.
a holy symbol,
Could I abuse the divine sense? I'm kidding.
if you want to.
Yes, please.
But I don't know that it would work.
It's only one way to find out.
Yeah, I guess. Yep, I use it.
Okay. What does it do?
As an action, you can detect good and evil. Until the end of your next turn, that doesn't apply. You can sense anything affected by the Hollow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. I can use this feature 3 times per long rest.
So there is a good and an evil presence. There, you get both here.
Can I see, like, where they're pinging at?
You can see that there
Or feel,
are.
I guess,
You
where
can
they're
feel
pinging at?
that there's like an ebb and flow within the people around the fire.
Oh.
And I would say that there is one particular wagon that seems to have an aura or an eminence of good.
It's Ruffles. We all know this
It's-
is
is
Ruffles.
it- is it
Do you
Ruffles?
look
He's the
towards
purest.
Ruffles? Ruffles is giving off a good vibe.
He's a baby!
He's got the purest vibe.
Yeah. Can I get a
People
sense of
die for
people
him.
around me as well?
That's who my
What's that?
Like my
my
own
pact
party?
with.
Like Irina, Ismark, Celeste I already know, but like...
I would say that there is no good or negative vibe from Ismark. I would say that
He's
there is a good vibe coming from
Irina.
Irina.
Okay.
I'm good.
I know you are.
And you asked about the party as well?
Yeah.
They can detect Fey and Fiend and Undead.
I cannot detect Fae.
Oh, sorry.
Only Celestial, Fiend, and Undead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, if you don't have any of those things, I would get Celestial from Celeste.
And
because
yourself.
of our
Sure.
mania- And myself. because of our lineage, but
Okay.
cool.
What are you looking for from us? I guess is the question.
I just want to see good or bad vibe sense. Like, I've been defending you the whole time, but, like, as an older sister, I've had to, like, stop arguments from turning into fights. So, like, it's not that, like, this is gonna sound really bad. It's not to, like, because I like you as a person, it's to keep everyone
Just try to figure out
moving in the general direction that we need to move in.
Just try to figure out how you want us to communicate that information to you.
So, like, are you a good person?
Do you have your phone on you? No,
Me?
you do not. I'm sorry.
No, it's up there, but it can go to my iPad.
You guys can text her
My pad.
and let her know your vibe.
Yeah.
That way she's the only one who knows and it doesn't spoil any
Yeah.
secrets.
It'll go straight to my...
How does your divine sense radiate for you? Like when you open it
I
up,
figure it's just, like, pure gold, like, just, like, shining gold of, like, good.
and then when you take
Even
the
on
And it's
information
kind of
in,
like...
when you take the information in, what does it look like?
It'll, like, swirl around what I'm looking at, and then it'll just come back into me. It's kind of like a violent thing. Like, it pushes, and then it comes back in, just kind of as aggressive as that.
Okay.
It's
And
like,
then-
I want to know now, and this is
Do you
what
see
I want to know.
like dark smoke when it's bad? Do you see like light when it's good?
I would see the gold, like, dim and kind of become flat
Okay.
if it's
Oh.
bad, and then, like, shine brighter. Like, when I look at Ruffles and Irina, I get, like, I get a Rihanna vibe from him.
I'll,
They
it's
just
like-
blind
I
us
won't
with
text you. I'll
goodness.
just tell you if you want to know. It's like mercury. It's
Okay.
not
So
good.
chips.
It's not bad. It's just
So it'd be like what Ismark's kind of
Yeah.
got that gray area.
Okay.
Gray area.
I already know when I see you. Yeah, what's up?
Okay, so camp is set.
What's the question?
They will, being the
just really
Vistani,
good
will
at that
mingle
vibe.
with you if you choose to mingle
said
with
you could
them.
text
They
me if
seem
you
to be
wanted.
socialites, and they are definitely, a lot of them are definitely heavily influenced by the spirits.
So I assume all three of us walked in together?
Like the
being
drink.
Alcohol.
Okay,
yeah. I was like,
spirits.
They're
what's...
possessed.
I think
I'll
we
say-
should.
Before
walk
we
around
walked
the camp.
over, I would kind of like nod my head towards the wagon.
Sure, you can separate. I'm just trying to give this setting to move things along a little bit.
Could we
Yeah.
maybe go around the horn and just say what everyone does? Or
You want to? Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's start off to the right.
I am, after I get done setting up camp, I'd probably, like, narrow out a couple of Vistani that are social and try and lure them back and get them fucking trashed with the whiskey we brought.
Easy to do.
Just, like, shot for shot, I'm pretending to drink with them,
Sure.
and then coerce them out of information if possible.
when I am sort of communing, I will also cast See Invisibility,
Okay.
which lasts for an hour and it's not concentration. And I will just kind of, I mean, I think Rhodes is an awkward guy. I'll just kind of awkwardly follow
Sure.
behind the others
Mhm.
and maybe occasionally
Chime
just, speak up to not seem completely suspicious, but for the most part, I am looking around.
in. Okay, go and give me a perception check.
Nice.
22.
Okay. During your time, you really don't observe anything that would be detected. Everything looks pretty straightforward so far.
Okay. And then when I get sort of within, I'm guessing there's an area, when I get sort of within the area where they're all located, I'm going to put up Detect Magic as well.
Okay. And that gives you up to, how far is it out? Is it like 60 feet or more? I think it's more.
30 feet.
Okay.
But there's the rules about like what it can penetrate and things like that.
Yeah. I'm going to say that the strongest emanation of magic is going to emanate from the wagon, or a wagon. And I would
Is it the
say-
same one I kind of like nodded to?
I would say that you guys would be strong enough, communication wise, at this point to kind of realize everything you guys are using is kind of giving you this one particular wagon.
Are you guys relaying this information?
There will also low amounts of magic emanating from within the crowd as well as like maybe like magic items or something.
Magic items.
Correct.
Do we put out what wagon in particular?
Yeah. I would have.
It would be this wagon right there. Let me
No.
try to position first.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
He's gonna do
And
it.
it will be
He's gonna do
this
magic.
wagon.
That magic.
That way people can see as well as you guys. Out of the wagon.
Yay. Ooh, it sits directly in front of her.
So what do you want to do?
Natalie's first.
Yes, correct.
I would kind of be...
Are we going together?
I figured you said take off your armor and walk around with you, so
Yeah.
I took off my armor. Still have my greatsword on me, just dropped the armor part about that.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of taking Celeste's lead at this point because, like, she's not awkward, but she's also not the partier of the family, so...
That's... okay.
It's a hard character for me to play, I know.
Yeah.
Because now we're playing opposites.
That's a hard
but,
sell.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. You said you wanted the passion fruit wine gone, and it's gone. All right.
You do one good favor for somebody and look what you get.
I know. He's like, drink all of it. And I did. And I took 2 Benadryl. Yeah, so I'd be kind of following Celeste's lead. I mean, not, like, impolite. Like,
Sure.
smiling and laughing. Just kind of, like, almost on a cue, though. Like, yeah, I'd be like, all right, Celeste is laughing. I guess I should laugh. Ha ha ha.
And who did you guys tell the information to about the items in the wagon?
I did my thing over by our wagon, and I would have subtly pointed it out, like,
So I feel like the whole group would know.
So the whole group knows that
yo,
there is a
I
big
think
magic
it's
item.
in that one.
And
Yeah.
at some point, I think you'll just see Rhodes go even more distant than he was, and he'll just sort of
Confirm.
give a nod confirming.
Okay.
Okay.
First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to basically just go down to like the deepest V shirt
The
that I have,
sluttiest V-shirt.
the tightest leather pants I have,
Nice.
the biggest boots,
Oh, biggest.
and he'll put a little eyeshadow underneath his eyes.
Yes, Edward.
And I'm gonna go find just to make them pop. And I'm gonna go find the woman, the Vistani woman that I was speaking to before, and I would say to her, "What was your name again?"
My name is Clarifist. No, I'm just kidding.
Clarifist.
He or she is going to say that her name is, we'll say Clara.
Okay.
Dusty.
Clara. Because that's how you say it in an English accent. Clara.
Pretty much.
You know, I've got this massive bruise on my face.
Oh, you poor darling.
I know, it's horrible. I was wondering if you knew of a more private spot to perhaps bathe in the river before tonight's festivities.
I actually do, is what she's going to say.
Oh, God.
Lead the way.
She takes your hand and leads you down to the river.
And you guys
Can we
probably hear
notice
him.
them?
You probably hear them as he's walking off.
Yeah,
exactly.
Can you feel?
Oh, no!
And you probably hear him as he walks away. You know, this crown means I'm a prince. And you probably hear him say that as they're walking down. And I am,
Pulls out his acoustic
like I was
guitar.
directed to do.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Sure,
Straight
praise.
down. Yeah,
Praise.
praise. But specifically, asking questions about the Vistani, how to honor the Vistani, like, and whose wagon belongs to who.
How do you attempt to gain this information?
Strip teasing.
Helicopter dick.
Is it a persuasion? Is it a...
Honestly, I think it's a little bit of deception because he doesn't really want to be finding this information this way.
Okay.
So it's very silver-tongued. It's very like,
Sure.
oh, would you look at the moon this evening?
Go ahead and
and
give me
like tucking things behind her
Yep,
hair.
go ahead.
Oh, my God.
I'll refer to the replay later. I know what I heard.
Jesus Christ. You guys are the worst.
Megan's dying.
19 is the total.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that a success? It was a.
It would be
It was
a narrow...
seven.
It would
It's a
be a
17
narrow...
without the dice.
It'd be a narrow success, but it does succeed. She's very seasoned.
Okay.
She's a bit of a control.
I also want to ask about Yaska.
She
You're
knows
bringing
no
her
one.
mix up?
Okay.
She knows no one named Yaska.
Okay.
But the conversation is like it's basically a vying for control in various ways. It's very playful cat and mouse kind of back and forth.
Splashing water.
She's going to tell you that as far as the wagons go, they're kind of like communal. There's no one person who owns said wagon.
They're like store wagons or
You
whatever.
got it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
For like caravan traveling, etc.
Okay.
Okay.
And then come back and partake in the festivities.
Okay.
Drinking, carousing, but not full glass, never drinking. So he always has a glass in his hand that has alcohol in it,
Sure.
but never takes a sip from it.
Give me a sleight of hand for fun.
For funsies.
Okay.
12.
I feel like 12 is good enough. I feel like what in my vision would be like you walk up to somebody, conversate, and just like trade glasses.
Yep.
And then, pretend to drink or whatever, but you constantly trade the glasses around.
Yep, just swapping glasses
Perfect.
around.
I like it. 12 is good enough to do that.
Truly.
Yeah, you're up, Celeste.
Holy fuck.
Can you pull it together?
Maybe.
I did what you guys told
Blame
me to do.
Maria.
Yeah. That's
my
what
fault.
Maria said.
I didn't hear it, actually, and I don't know if I want to.
It sounded like...
Holy
What is that circular slapping?
Do you know what you said now?
Oh, I know what she said. I heard her.
You're better than me because you got the straight face.
I've done this a little longer with a raunchy bunch of people.
He knows no shame.
You use your entire body. You don't leave a single part
Okay. Unspun?
unspun.
I can't.
Spin it up for the
I
lords.
can't unimagine that.
That's why it's a fantasy game.
Roll for
How do you
spin.
top that?
How many rotations do you get?
Welcome to Crit Eating Grin, where we make dick jokes.
It's better than fart jokes.
Marginally.
Is it
Marginally. Yeah, I think it
Fart
is.
There's
jokes?
nothing marginally
Dick
about
jokes.
this dick joke, alright?
Oh my gosh. Well, I was originally
Narrow
going to
margins.
say...
Can you propel this story forward?
Oh!
I give up.
Fuck me.
We're gonna need a medevac.
I was
'cause this joke is
originally going to
dead.
say maybe we should, go for a walk, around the whole... But the whole
boy.
camp? Winding our way down over here, but now I want to go to the river and be nosy. So...
She's got voyeurism ideas.
Hey.
Can I roll a stealth check? With advantage, because this lady is taking me to a spot she knows that's private?
I'll do that.
Private to
I'll do that
her,
for
private.
I'll do
Okay.
that for her.
Okay.
She's used to, being out in front of everybody.
I know.
17.
Are you going down by the river or what here?
Well, I'm conferring with you. Do you think we should do that?
What does the river hold for us?
Well, I mean, we're
A naked
by default going down by the river and walking all the way around the camp.
You don't think that's weird?
Going for a walk?
Sure.
Is that weird? Would you think that's weird?
We just got off the road from traveling.
From
Walking.
sitting in a wagon all day?
They see that wagon. Would it really hold all of us?
I sat in the wagon all day.
Oh, yeah, I know. Let's walk.
Oh, that's great.
Sisters.
Yeah, then we're gonna walk down by the river.
Yeah. What's your guys' passive perception?
11.
11.
Yeah, you don't see nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Spot is dope.
Yes.
Sounds like
A loud
reeds
prayer.
blowing in the wind. Whole lot,
Loud
There's some
prayer.
reeds blowing in the wind.
whole lot of
With
loud praying.
a-
Oh my gods, oh my gods, oh my gods.
I like it when you call me large father.
I was gonna say roll perception, but I rolled 1, so.
Rhodes also goes towards the river because now it seems like that's where he's supposed to go.
I'm still getting these two random Vistani people inebriated by the tent.
That's very easy to do.
And I wanna
they're
ask them
good
about-
drinking folk for sure.
I want to ask them, chummily, yes, taking a walk. We just spent the whole day walking. What's in that wagon?
Which wagon?
That
There's
one-
so many of them.
I point at the one that I know has been glowing.
A bunch of cargoes. What the one's gonna say?
Is that it?
Yeah, that's what one's gonna say.
What is your job here? You're like, what do you do?
The muscle, he flexes.
Oh, that ain't nothing. Let me see. Show me again. I bet you couldn't lift all those things out of that wagon into my wagon.
Can totally do that.
I bet you can't. I got
No.
5 gold on it.
He's gonna pass out.
You went too far.
Too many drinks.
What about you, other guy that I'm drinking with?
I'm just a cook, is what he says.
You don't know what's on that wagon?
No, I don't load things into the wagon. I nimbly use my fingers to prepare morsels for people to eat.
All right, well.
Do we notice if there's anybody, like, paying attention to us, or if they're all just
No,
kind of
at this
doing their...
at this point, you are pretty much not drawing attention, other than, like, if you were to walk up and said, hey, how are you doing? Like, they are
in their own world, kind of ignoring us?
inebriated.
Okay.
They are aware that you are there. They have kind of this vibe that you're allowed to be there.
Well, as we get that far, do you want to investigate this wagon?
Casually? Yeah.
Rhodes gets far enough, sees naked people, and turns around.
You can't casually
Like briskly
investigate
walking.
anything.
Oh no. they weren't praying.
Nope.
Yeah, I got a 3
Such
for
circular motion.
These wagons, are these, like cloth covered?
No,
They don't...
they're barrel topped.
Okay, so there's like wooden wagons.
Correct. No,
They're like fardos.
yeah,
Yeah.
they have lanterns hanging from the front of them that are lit.
Okay.
to
Well, some of
provide
them are
extra-
like cloth.
Oh,
Not
sure.
these.
So
These are
I
It's
all-
like Wizard of Oz. That's
Yeah.
kind of what I have in my mind.
Pretty much.
That like wagon that he has.
Yep.
Is that right?
wooden covered.
Got it.
Yep, like a barrel. Looks just like a large barrel.
Okay,
Portal-
with I'm
portal
assuming a door on the one side or the back.
There is one on side and back of these.
So there's
So
one
the-
on the side and one on the back.
Well, yeah, the back is going to have like double. Let's say the back has the double doors, so you can
Okay.
unload or load cargo. The other one is more of like a personal, where you could step inside, and it can be converted into like a traveling home, much like James said.
Okay, which side has the door?
It's in the wagon.
Is it the side facing the crowd or the side facing the river?
No, it'll be the side facing the river.
Okay. Let's see if it's unlocked.
Oh my god.
Oh, I didn't mean to roll that.
Too late. What'd you roll?
Nat 20.
On what?
I rolled initiative. I pushed
Okay.
initiative,
Who
but
are
I
you
rolled a
fighting?
nat 20.
The
Who are
wagon.
you
I was
punching?
trying to
Punching the
scroll
door.
it.
Punching the lock.
You quietly do so.
That's my one nat 20. I wasted it.
Yeah, you did.
You take that door down.
Quietly.
Is
Splinters.
it do you want stealth or sleight of hand just to quietly see if the
Sleight of
door's locked? I have a 19 plus 3.
It's not locked.
That's good to know.
Do you want to listen to see if we... Is there any lights on inside of it?
Not that you can tell when the door's closed. There's lantern light on the front, hanging from the front of the wagon.
And everybody else is just still kind of in this area?
Yep.
Okay.
It's like a frat party.
Does
We're
it
on a
seem
bonfire.
like, from what we have seen and gathered, does it seem like everybody's here? Or there's like people here, some people in their tents, some people in their wagons?
I would say there's people in tents. Some of them are
Okay.
resting. Some of them have passed out, like staggered their tents and passed out.
Are any on guard?
There's no guards.
And
That
all
is
of
sus.
all of the wagons are like communal, so everybody kind of has a right to these wagons that are Vistani.
Based off what you've learned.
We're gonna go for it.
Mm,
No?
just do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna disagree regardless.
Open
I
the door.
have an idea.
It opens up very quietly and fluidly.
And
It's dark.
We have dark vision, right?
Uh-huh.
With dark vision, can I see that if there's room to get in it?
Oh yeah, there's a walkway in there. It's stacked and orderly, and there's like ropes and straps that tie things to it, so that when it's on the move, it doesn't like just
A
double.
dad packed this.
We'll
for
carefully
sure.
climb
Exactly.
into it.
What?
Carefully climb into it.
Okay,
We're doing stealth.
you're good so far.
I'm gonna play lookout.
The door starts to close behind you.
Hold the door open.
Yep, I'll hold the door open.
Or
Okay.
at least cracked so it doesn't
Yeah.
lock or something.
Yeah, just...
Anybody watching you guys?
Yeah, I'm gonna find out, I guess.
What's your passive?
11.
No, it looks great.
Okay.
I'm babysitting drunk dudes.
That's such a good idea.
I should have had you do this so you could see something in here glorious.
Uh-huh.
I think I would be like a minute behind them, maybe.
Sure.
Well, peek your head in here and look and see if any of your gloves.
I'll do another sense.
Oh, wait. Oh, no. Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll peek in and do another divine sense.
Okay.
Looking for that good.
Yeah,
that I saw before.
there's a small little wooden crate, probably about like a 2 foot by 2 foot crate that's on the left side of the wagon.
P.S.
And
we're told
Rhodes,
to not steal from these people.
Rhodes, you could if your intent is to go to the wagon, you'll definitely be able to kind of see this operation.
Who told us not to steal from these people? Was it your 3 people?
Everybody.
Okay. I didn't know.
22
My
perception.
people is Mark said it.
To
Notice them
that?
and also just to see
Oh yeah,
if they're being
you
watched.
can definitely notice them, and then you can also see that there's nobody currently watching them. Like I said, everybody's
From
coming
our
to time.
conversation in the wagon before, did we intend that we were going to steal it or just find it?
Just find it.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Oh, got it. No. I was just, that was
Yeah.
more talking for myself than it
No,
was for you.
I mean, when we were all talking before, though, about
I would tell
this
you
whole
not to steal it.
operation, we were talking about...
I'm already
just
breaking
finding-
hives.
Got it.
breaking into the wagon.
Got it.
Okay.
Understood.
I cannot do a crime.
So you go up to this crate,
Is it like a sealed crate?
easily could be opened with your skills.
Okay, well, like, if I open it, is it going to be obvious that somebody opened it? Like,
No,
broke it
you can
open?
find a way to manipulate it to where it
Okay,
doesn't
we'll
look so
peer
obvious.
into it, or just I don't want to like
There's a
unpack
bun-
the whole thing.
There's
but
a bunch of straw, but peeking out through the straw is like this gray cloth bag.
Okay, look in the bag.
Then you gotta open. Great.
No, there's a bag in here.
Okay, there's a bag. Cool.
I don't know what's in it, but this is the item.
We have to find some way to get this from them without stealing it.
Okay, well I'm telling you, this is it. It's here. It's right here in this crate
Cool.
in this wagon.
I will note the crate.
Unless you want me to steal it.
No,
Do you want me to go? Do you want me to open it to see what
Be
it is?
very easy to procure right this second. Says your subconscious.
I am going to close this door, and you do whatever you feel is right.
No.
Yeah.
The door goes.
That's my. And then I would obviously turn around
Rhodes,
and
you
see
see
Rhodes.
as you're looking around. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Well.
I didn't do it.
She's gonna count to 10 to see if anybody else's subconscious kicks in. Our subconscious kicks in.
Count to 10.
1,
Rhodes looks at you and he's just
2.
like,
She's gonna steal it.
3,
Don't steal it. Don't steal it.
4,
Door's closed.
I will. Oh my god! I have to
5,
quietly open this door. I want to
6,
try to quietly open the door.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, I know.
7,
Feel it with
Nat 20.
subconscious
That's
is
a nat
neutral.
20.
8.
Door
Don't
opens.
steal it. Don't steal it. Don't steal it. Don't take it. Don't take it.
19.
Just come back out.
Do you want to know what it is?
If you can do it without breaking something, yes.
You're like a walking contradiction.
I
You
just
changed your
shouldn't
mind
steal
like
it.
7 times. Yes, if you could do it. No, don't steal it.
I said for her to do what she felt was right. But if she
You're
wants to
talking to
open
the wrong person.
But if you want to open the crate,
Do you see anybody out there?
It's clear.
Rhodes.
Rose he's confident.
Okay, I'm gonna open the bag to at least see what it is.
You gonna open the crate? To get to the bag?
sounds like yes.
Do it.
Maria
She wrote
says
down
do
the
it.
Rhodes. Yes or no?
Don't steal it.
But do you want to know what it is?
He said, don't steal it.
Okay, I'm gonna open the crate and see what it is.
Pull a dagger out, jimmy a couple boards, you get a bag.
Loud alarm sounds.
Yeah.
Here's what's in your bag.
Fuck.
Gold.
Did you feel the weight of it? Like.
It's heavy.
Yeah, everybody close your eyes because
Right, I don't
we
wanna
don't get to
know.
see this.
Wait, I'm looking in there.
Okay. I'm gonna put it back.
Okay.
Is it back in the bag?
Put it back in the bag. Put
Yep.
it back in the crate. Put everything to my best of the ability back to how it was.
Okay.
It's
Cover
like
your
a-
tracks.
It's like, well, I'll tell you later. And we're
Okay, you guys will easily be able to maneuver and get away.
I would say you probably see Ben walking back up, wet. Actually, his hair probably isn't wet, which is odd because everything else about him is soaked.
It's because you dried yourself with something.
Ding.
Got
No, it's just because my hair is magical.
Oh.
What it says.
Do you believe in him?
He's walking up with Clara, and they're just talking about people in the camp. The information I would love to obtain from her is
Natural.
who is the biggest gambler in the camp, and who is willing to risk anything.
Oh, she's going to say, but that would be me, darling, is what she'll say.
Oh, a bit of a gambler.
I like to take the risk. Yes.
How do we act natural?
Interesting.
Nothing happened.
I must touch base with my compatriots for a little bit, if that's all right, but perhaps a game of cards later on. See if we can't,
I have a 3-dragon anti-set.
throw it.
You are bad influenced.
Or perhaps 3-dragon ante if you haven't.
I love that game, is what she says.
Oh.
Learned it while in a city called Waterdeep, is what she'll say.
Oh, you've been to Waterdeep.
Amongst other places, yes.
I'd love to hear more about that.
I would love to tell you.
Well, my little snowdrop, I'm going to go hop over and talk to my compatriots for a bit and just tuck a little bit of her hair kind of back up behind her ear and just give her a soft little kiss on the cheek and...
Sure. She
I'll,
seems enamored.
I'll meet you by the fire.
No, perhaps you should join me in my tent. A little private game.
Love to do that.
She will point out where the tent is.
Sweet.
Which one is it?
You're not there.
Which one is it?
Close your eyes, Megan.
Alright, everyone, close your eyes.
I'm peeking.
Okay.
Yep, got
Know which
it.
one it is? I'm just kidding. Are you
Me.
done? Okay.
I like this new game we have.
No, I think I'll go get a bit of elk. I heard they had roasting on the fire. I got a bit of protein I need to put back in my body.
Oh my god.
Shall we all go grab some dinner, friends?
I just need you to know Natalie looks stressed.
I've
You're
lost my
right.
appetite.
Fine.
I've had a great evening.
Oh, great. Wonderful.
Okay, you all reconvene, I'm assuming...
By the fire,
By the fire? Sure, there's plenty of food that can be passed out.
As you walk by our tent, you'll see me pushing the drunk, rolling them out of the I tried. I couldn't get any help or information out of them.
They're dead.
They're not dead. They're just drunk.
Me and Rose were on the same page of, oh my god, she killed them.
No, they're just drunk. Very drunk.
So,
Sorry, I'd used one of our whiskeys.
How's everybody doing?
Right as rain.
Good.
Me and Irene have
Did we
been kind of
discover
kicking.
anything? I
Well,
was.
we're on their fire, right? This fire or
Yeah.
our own fire?
You were.
Praying, bathing. I was doing my evening prayers in the bath.
Mm.
I told you it's
What prayer is that?
quite lovely. What? I'm sorry.
What prayer is that?
The sun salutation.
I see.
Thank you, morning lord.
He does downward
That's
dog.
blasphemous.
He granted me a great gift this evening. So
The gift of life.
the gift of rejuvenation.
Gift of that Vistani.
I defied gravity this evening. Did we learn anything about the wagon? Or
Yes.
this item that we are
The
seeking?
hinges are very well
Are we
oiled.
literally just saying this in front of all
No. We're probably. I think it's
On our
quiet,
way
right?
to the meaning towards their fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, is where we're at.
So yes, this is a quiet conversation.
Okay. Are we rolling?
27. No. 17.
Stealth?
Yes.
Are we all rolling stealth?
I don't know. Are you?
12.
Or not?
I would like this to be a quiet conversation.
I'm just
Okay.
running
I
my
have 20.
passive perception.
Yeah.
I got a
Don't really
12.
pick anything up.
I'll say it's definitely in the wagon.
Oh, it's in that wagon.
It's in the wagon.
Right.
It's in a crate. In a bag.
Not by the river.
I have a risky idea that we can always just take it. Right. I'll walk in and take it if I absolutely need to. But I would prefer to perhaps gamble for it. I may have met somebody. I've told the property is communal. I've told everybody shares it. She loves 3-dragon ante. I've been rather good at it, actually.
What are you going to offer up?
Oh, and I'll pull out the druidic charts. This magic item that lets you do this, and I'll make one of my psychic blades appear.
Then why don't we just offer a trade?
Well, if it is of great value, they may not be willing to trade it. And last time I checked, I've got nothing of value.
Can you describe it?
It's like a pendant. It's like a sunburst pendant.
Would it match what we've seen of the Morning Lord?
It's not any.
Or wise one?
It's no.
No,
Not quite.
not quite that.
Religion check?
You can attempt a religion check if you'd like. Yeah.
15.
17.
For the natural one.
Based off her description, it's very difficult to tell. You know it doesn't look like the Morning Lord.
I'd also be willing to offer up my firstborn child.
Do you... What?
Do you have one?
I don't know, maybe.
I'll let you know in 9 months.
We might...
Maybe let's not offer up children who may or may not be of this world.
We're on the wrong
We
track
have
with Ben. We
proven-
need to get him in therapy.
We have been proven to be quite capable, and if they ever need help, I could bargain a favor, but I'm pretty confident I'm going to win.
Okay.
If I'm off the hook, I'm all for it.
Another idea I had potentially would simply just be to say that we're holy people. We're looking to trade in items that might aid us, and
What about
Do we know that the Vistani know what this is?
if we say we're
Maybe they don't know the
from
value.
their
don't
lord?
even know they have it.
What if we say the guy that I was before he passed out and threw up all over himself in our tent? My bad. He didn't seem to like he had any idea what was even happening in those wagons. As if like he knew he had to muscle it in and out of places, but he didn't have any kind of like specific. I mean, he was pretty loosey goosey. I didn't put the screws to him too hard, but he didn't seem like he was holding much back. Point being is, what if we told them that we were sent by their prince or whatever, right? Wasn't it the count that they like?
In my conversation at the pond, would I have gotten any indication of who this prince is? It's like, oh, I've heard these stories about you. Who's this prince?
I would say that, sure. You would know that it's referring to this Von Zarovich.
Oh, it's referring to
The
motherfucker who runs this place.
Yeah.
Could we insinuate that we were sent by him because we came from where he is and take
We
the
were
holy
sent
symbol?
by
feel like
Stregobor?
we knew that all the way back
Stanimir.
to
Stanimir.
Stregobor is from the
essentially.
Witcher.
Jesus.
He is a man or a person or a thing
Oh
of
my
many
god, he
names.
is.
And that
Titles.
most people don't like.
What we
Yeah, I would say that the Vistani are probably the most accepting of whom he is or who.
Okay.
he is.
But we could also say
What
Stanimir
were you
sent
going to
us.
say, Rhodes?
at least based on what Stanimir said, they also seek to relieve him and the land of the curse.
Okay.
Sleeping curse, right?
So could we just insinuate that we were sent by him? I mean, like, he's
For
not here to
episode
speak
one.
for
We were
himself.
sent by him.
I mean,
Literally, forcefully sent by him.
I would say, by all means, try your gambits. We'll keep ourselves as separate as we can so that it doesn't seem like we're double dipping if that fails and we come up with another.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. More of like a plan A, plan B situation.
Yeah.
We're not used to those.
We
plan A,
traveled,
plan,
we
fly by the seat of our pants.
traveled here together, but we don't have much in common, we could say.
All right. I'll give it a shot. At the very least. What's the worst that could happen?
They kill us.
Famous last words.
Mhm.
I'd like to find a bottle of wine.
Easy
I'd like
enough.
to find like a charcuterie plate.
I mean, you're stretching it there.
As charcuterie as we can get.
there's
Cured
like-
meats and cheese.
Okay, sure. There's
Hunk of bread.
a wooden plate with random meats and cheeses that are splayed out there.
I'm gonna take it. I'll tuck a little flower behind my ear.
Cute.
Sure.
I'll tuck it actually in between the little horn, the crown piece, and so it's kind of like not behind my ear, but like up in the. I'm trying to make that look pretty.
Sure.
Can I borrow your Blue Dragon Ente set?
Yes.
I promise to give it back.
Keep it. It's sentimental, so please.
I promise.
Give it.
I'll give it back. I want to hear that story later.
Okay. Let me come up with it first.
Yeah, I was like, where are you going with this?
Story,
Did one of our
inventing
parents, was
story.
it mom?
I'll go.
Oh, it's the fun story.
I'll go to Clara's tent, knock on like a little post, and go,
Sure.
"Darling,"
She'll tell you, come in.
and I will enter.
As you do, you can see there's like various kind of over the top plush pillows that are just kind of tossed about to, lay on, kneel
Okay.
on, sit on. Several various colorful rugs laid down on the bottom of this tent
Sure.
for the floor. Different baubles and trinkets and things that are kind of spread throughout that she's collected. And then she herself is in a very kind of almost completely sheer kind of silken nightgown or dress or something like that.
Okay.
And she will produce forth 2 glasses made of crystal.
Okay. Ooh. You've got a fine touch, I see. Do you win often? Is this one of your prizes?
She just smiles. Do you have the cards? If not, I have my own set.
I do. And I'll produce the set. And I'll set the bottle of wine down and kind of set like a little area for everything. And I will, I'd love to start just scenically. We don't have to play through everything. I'd love to start with gold. That's like 60 gold that I have.
Sure.
And intentionally lose.
Sure.
For like, not every round, but that I
Sure.
am getting less and less. And it's fun, it's flirty, it's whatever. So a bit of like a deception, a performance about, and the sleight of hand.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. 17.
Okay. That would be for your performance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Give me a sleight of hand as well.
Oh, not good. Oh, not good. I've got 1 left of these bad boys, and is now the time. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. That's much better than it was. 17.
Okay. So I'd say this takes place for several hours. You will go through the bottle of wine. You will go through.
And I'm not drinking any of it.
Sure.
Like it's the same.
She will definitely drink it.
Okay.
She is a very shrewd and intelligent 3 Dragon Annie player.
Amazing.
And it is a very fun, flirtatious evening. It gets to a point where you feel very confident, and then she's going to basically call you out on, you didn't have to let me win, essentially. Kind of seeing through with a much higher number than what you produced.
Darling, I'm just so smitten by you. I wanted to make you feel good. If you would like to play for something a little bit of a higher stake, I'd be more than happy to.
I'm through playing, is what she says, as she's going to go for her 2nd round of prayers.
Okay.
And she's preoccupied. Now, what are the rest of you doing over these several hours?
Watching this tent from afar.
Not watching the tent from afar.
The tent, okay, you watch, and you would see the tent he walks into is literally this tent right here.
Huh.
The one right next to the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be around the fire, not partaking in any wine.
What is that noise?
It's me.
Got it. I was like,
We're in danger.
I'm hearing things.
But just kind of trying to find out more about where we're at currently, like Barovia, just in general. Like if they travel on the roads, what stops them from being attacked? Is it the story? Are the stories true? Type of thing.
Oh no, they're attacked.
They are.
Well, of course, they deal with the same kind of issues in which the rest of people deal with.
Oh, okay.
They're just better trained or capable of handling some of them. They've learned a lot. They've learned to basically adapt to the lands.
Yeah, I want to just try to find out more about that. Kind of like, we're just traveling and we suck, so like help us. Type, which we are, all of those things. So, and I want to be talking to the guys who look more like the fighting type. Like
Sure,
they're the
there's
ones.
Plenty of them. Plenty of
Yeah.
sellsword kind of esque people.
Yeah, then I will kind of make my home there.
Rhodes, Celeste.
I think Rhodes waits for about 10 minutes, expecting something to happen, and then realizes that it's sex instead. And then he's just like, so plan B.
I've got one more gambit. I'm gonna try it once you guys decide what you do.
What's Ismark doing?
Ismark is basically locked down the wagon, essentially, made it capable for a quick escape if need be.
So is he in the wagon?
No, he is in a tent that has been set up. He's resting. He has Irina with him.
Okay.
Could we describe the
What?
holy symbol to Ismark?
You can if you want to wake him.
Oh, they're asleep.
He is, presumably.
I'm gonna stay. If we're saying what we're doing, I'm just gonna stay near them.
It's probably best that they get their rest.
Sure.
You know, to stay and kind of stand vigil.
Then you will see Fialova kind of guarding the camp, essentially.
I'm maybe like whittling a stick, sitting on a log, you know what I mean? Just like being a camper.
I'm gonna talk with Rhodes if you have this Plan B vibe going on, and ask what you're thinking. Do you think we should have just stole it when we were there?
We did forget to talk about that as a group. I have a feeling stealing from these people would be a huge mistake.
Maybe. I think stealing from anybody is probably a big mistake.
Yeah, but they seem to be quite shifty, tricky.
Oh, Duncan, your immovable rod is fast.
Thank you.
Please show me your rope trick again.
Rope trick.
I hate my life. I quit Crit Eating Grin. I'm out of here.
You literally said I had a helicopter dick.
That's how you impress her, with your helicopter dick.
So Plan B.
Or your deck of many things.
Mm-hmm.
If we can't steal it, how do you think the word... I don't think they're going to give it to us.
Give it to Duncan when he's done.
Are most of them still awake?
I'd say at this point, half of them have probably found a place to sleep, whether it's on the ground, laying against the wagon. You probably have half the amount of eyes, and they are fairly intoxicated. They party hard. There's a good chance you could take this and no one ever would notice it.
I just try my hand at approaching and asking if a merchant is available.
Do you have a holy symbol? What if we, swapped your holy symbol for this holy symbol?
Mm-mm.
Yikes. I'd prefer not to.
Take one for the team.
Welcome to my world, Rhodes.
Everyone's experiencing the magic.
Yeah.
Rhodes doesn't wear a holy symbol. As far as you can tell, he casts his focus as his shield.
Oh.
I'm gonna try one more thing.
Oh,
At the end
behave.
of one of our sessions.
Sure.
Because I am assuming there's many.
Okay.
You know, darling, where I'm from, it's, after a night like we've had, it's traditional to exchange gifts that the other person picks. Typically at random. Is that something you'd be willing to do for me?
I think she's very playful, and she says, I have many trinkets and baubles here to pick from.
Well, I'd like to something to remember the whole evening by. Perhaps I could pick a random wagon to choose something from. Kind of as risky as we've been. One last gamble.
Ooh. The riz is up.
There's not much in those wagons other than supplies and foodstuffs, is what she
Yes,
says.
but
So you want this?
every time I look at something, it'll help me to remember you.
Okay, that's
The
what she's
riz
going to
factor is
say.
up.
You get to pick something off of me. As well.
Oh, yikes.
What are you wearing?
Nothing.
Yeah, I was like...
You go first, is what she'll say. Allow me some
Claim
time to
Irina.
think.
Alright. Tell you what, I'll bring you my box. And I will trek out to my little disguise kit.
Sure.
And I'll trek on back.
Naked?
Oh, yeah, why not?
Probably just a sheet. He's probably just got a sheet around him.
We all look up and go, oh!
It's not a sheet, it's like a tapestry that he's
Man.
found. And he's gonna trek on back.
A decorative scarf.
And I'll go, how about that wagon over there? And I'll point at that wagon.
She'll lean against the doorpost, essentially, and say, cross her legs, kind of leaning against it, and she'll say, by all means.
Alright. I'm gonna go in the wagon, and I'm gonna take the whole crate. I'm not gonna open it up. I'm just gonna, that box that was described to me,
Yeah,
that's the box I'm gonna take back.
sure. So you walk back out with the crate,
Yeah. I'm not even gonna open it. It's like a present.
and when you do, she is not there.
She's not there?
Nope.
Is she in the tent?
You rush to look in the tent. tent is very
Is your
dimly
box
lit.
gone?
Your box, your things are still there. All your stuff.
But she's not there?
Correct.
Oh,
Was she mad at me though this whole time?
Can I just like
Survey?
scatter around
Sure.
and
You
see
don't
if
see
I
any
see
evidence of her.
17.
No.
There's nothing.
Nope.
And nobody said anything to me. Nobody did anything. Well, this worked out splendidly. And I'm just gonna march on back,
Is there
wrapped up in the sheet, doesn't even put his clothes back on, grabs his box, and just walks on back to the little camp.
Yep,
is
got
there
it.
a flaming horse anywhere nearby by any chance?
Are you looking for one?
Yeah.
What's
What's in the box?
what's going on?
No.
I brought everybody a gift.
I'm still hanging out with the soldiers.
Are you at
She
the
just
tent?
gave it to you?
You seem uneasy about this.
Well, I earned it.
Gross.
Ugh.
Is it though? This is what you told me to do.
I didn't. Annihilate told you to do this.
This is what you told me to do.
Niley actually didn't tell you to sleep with anyone for it. I think that was Fialova.
Clara's not
I didn't
there
say
at
to
all.
sleep. I said to use your charm.
That way you didn't pick anything up.
Any footprints that led away from the tent or anything like
It was
that?
17, which is pretty good. You didn't see anything. Only your
So what
footprints
are you
going
looking
in.
for?
She
And the
gave-
tent itself was like dimly lit by candlelight. It was originally like lit fairly bright.
All right, I'm gonna pop the crate open.
Okay, you see the little cloth bag inside the crate.
Look what I found.
That's it.
At seeing him over there, basically going, look what I got, I would make my way over, excuse myself politely, and make my way over.
Sure, there's no resistance.
And
You make your way over.
How much gold did I lose, by the way?
I forgot.
Your gold would have been there.
Oh, it's just on the table.
Like when you went back into the tent, everything that you would have gambled for would have been laying there.
I'm honorable. I would leave. I lost it fairly.
Sure.
How much do you want me to take away? I have 60.
60's gone.
Great. It's fine. I can make more money later.
We know.
I would have left something for her.
A flower.
Yeah, I'll leave her like one of my little silk flowers.
Perfect.
Just a tooth.
Ugh.
Actually, I would leave a lock of my hair.
Sure. Take a dagger.
Yeah.
It's magic
Lock.
hair.
Done.
Yeah.
It's worth so
Fair.
much.
Now she can hunt you anywhere.
But no, I can teleport into it, look through it, and then it vanishes forever. And a silken flower. I'll leave both. It'll be like
Sure.
a cute little bundle.
Yeah.
This flower has lice.
Yeah, if I...
I
Not that I would
I am clean. I am a
got
clean
kids, I
boy.
would call the police immediately. Be like, he left his hair on a flower!
Well, who wants the bag?
Not it.
I'm looking at the crowd. I'm listening, but I'm not, like, involving myself. I'm just making sure we're safe.
So there's no troubles.
No.
You didn't acquire it.
Fialova,
Yes?
as you're watching and they're having these conversations, you will see a silhouette in the distance down the pathway going the direction in which you will presumably leave in the morning. The silhouette is a faintly haunting and familiar silhouette.
I'm just gonna keep that to myself because I don't really know.
There is going to be a brief moment where kind of the darkness gets lighter and almost like the moonlight shines upon this, and you will see a very familiar person, close, intimate person in your past that's standing at the end of the pathway.
Me?
Yeah.
The fuck does that mean? I'm not the only one.
Am I...
Secrets.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Technically, above table. Am I seeing a real person morph into this, or am I seeing a complete hallucination?
When you literally look, it or they, she or he, is tangible.
Oh. Well, you'll definitely notice my whittling will stop. And I will be shaking internally with fear. But I'm going to try and, like...
Can you
Keep it
describe what this person looks like?
It would have to be a person from the facility I was abducted to. Probably maybe one of the few people that would have grace around me, like a caretaker, maybe a female caretaker that would have helped me mop my wounds up from training and stuff like that. Like a person that would actually have shown me caring, kindness, but very minimal, because
Okay.
they would get in trouble if they did too.
You see the figure that you just described kind of reach out to you as if extending a hand, like, to come to her.
I would resist trying to do that. I don't know what you want me to roll, but I don't think I would trust what I
You
see.
can resist if you
Yeah,
wish.
I don't trust. Like, my senses or my, like, you know, intellect are, like, way high. The shield is way high emotionally, so I'm not, like, I'm mostly just, like, in fear, hoping that this hallucination will subside, not trusting it.
Okay. You will hear the down the pathway kind of coming towards that figure that's reaching towards you, as you will then see the glowing kind of smoke and amber of this horse on fire. As it rides directly next to the figure, you will see a male form or figure reach down, and the figure that was reaching out towards you looks extremely frightened. It looks up, and then the hand kind of goes towards that figure as he will pull it very firmly up onto the back of the horse. The horse will raise, you will hear it neigh or do its thing as it raises up, and everyone in the tent, as you are in the middle of your conversation, will hear it, stopping your conversation.
I'll turn back as
The horse is alright. Ruffle's okay.
as he walks away, or as he rides away, in, like, my somewhat of a trance is broken. I'm gonna, like, turn back to everyone, as in, like, asking with my tearful eyes, like, did you all see that or hear? Like, am I hallucinating? Is this really happening?
What do you guys do?
You're right.
Bag forgotten right over to Fialova
So as
and
you
just
do,
kind of consoling.
you guys will see this horse almost unnaturally kind of reared back on its hind legs, and when it does, there's this kind of like spark and clap of thunder that kind of erupts. And just
I can see this creature,
everyone can
and
see
I can
it.
see that
There are two
figures or one
entities
figure?
on there. Yes.
Great. I'm gonna spend one of my. I can do this. I can spend one of my psionic dice, which would eat it, to make
Last
a
one.
mental connection with the lead figure on the horse.
Oh, okay. And how does that work?
As long as we are within a mile of each other, we can talk to each other.
Okay. There is going to be, you start to penetrate kind of this, like you're pushing through a very rough and thick barrier.
Okay.
And as you feel like you pierce the veil of this figure, you get this intense kind of like static, sharp pain back as if you were resisted.
You probably watch as he probably like reaches out, and you kind of see that same little fire bug, the little lightning bug, kind of fly from his fingertips, and probably about halfway down, it like just like dies.
You take
Probably-
1 point of psychic damage.
Yeah, I figured. And you probably watch Ben starts bleeding from his nose.
Okay.
Um,
You will hear the female voice, which confirms who you think it is in your past, Fialova, cry out for pain, not for pain, but cry out for help, and the voice and the inflections are painful and frightened as the horse will do an about face going down the pathway away from this camp into the darkness and shadows with just this laughter that kind of ominously echoes.
And we hear this as well. So
Oh,
just a-
absolutely. And then for the split second, the laughter transitions into a playful laughter you heard previously in your encounters.
I heard.
By the river and within the tent.
I fucking knew it. I'm gonna, as I, totally. As I turn around and, like,
Still
Niley,
consoling. Like,
yeah, Niley is, like,
They
holding
hear
me.
that transition
arms
as
around
well,
you,
or-
just kinda
Everyone
like,
hears
it's okay,
it.
it's okay.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do. It was Dot. She took care of me. She was reaching for me, and I let her go, but I'm afraid of him. I knew it couldn't be real. Was it real?
I
It
don't.
looked 100% real to every one of you.
Could they see the same woman that I could see, or could they see a different thing?
No, it was exactly as you described it.
What if it's her? She's the only night. I don't remember very many things from my past, and it's a very short past, but she was one of the only somewhat bright spots in it, and I just let her go to that.
It's okay. It's okay. We are not ready for whatever that is. We would just hinder everything. We might put her in more danger if we went after her.
I go back to the tent.
I'm very scared. I do not like this. What is the is there any kind of reaction from the Vistani happening? Like, have they been...
They are intoxicated.
8 sheets to the wind.
You got it.
What about Grandma Madam? Is there any
Her
stir
tent
to
is dark. It has not seen any light since you guys left the reading.
We should go and look at that lady's tent.
Which one?
Together.
Okay.
Which one? Which tent?
The Madam's tent.
We can walk down there and see if she's there, but maybe we refocus.
Should we just go? I look at Celeste.
Go where?
Away. Like, leave right now, pack it up, and get the road.
In the middle of the night?
That's when you hear as Ruffles is like trying to nudge to move the wagon.
He's ready to rock.
When you start talking like that, he seems to respond like he understands exactly what you're saying, is trying to like encourage or nudge the wagon.
Is Irina still in the tent? Like, can I see?
They're both sleeping. As far as you know, like you peek in there and look, you see 2 figures laying sleeping.
I'll check. I don't care if I wake them up.
They're both sleeping.
Irina and Ismark, I can clearly see their faces.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How does he keep finding me? He keeps following me and finding me.
He's after everyone.
I don't feel like that. I feel like he's after me.
Would it make you feel better to go see the madam?
I just think that there's something sus, and maybe we should take a look
Talking
and
like some of those Fey children I've heard.
No cap! No cap!
No cap!
Riz, no cat, GTFO.
And it's been like, it was like a whole big old thing, and then all of a sudden dark, and like, I don't know. Is she also that guy? Fire horse guy? Is that old lady also the fire horse guy?
When I go back to the tent, is the shit I left there still there?
It's still there.
I take it.
Okay.
And I go back.
Okay.
It wouldn't make sense if Madame Eva was him, because why would he help us stop him? Why would he torment us just to give us the things we need to stop him?
They want to free him. They don't want to stop him. They want to free him. They want to help him to be removed, right? Like, they want to help him
They want us to lift his curse.
She kept calling it a game.
Madame Eva?
Yes.
He was also one of her cards, yes?
Yes.
The executioner.
Yes.
The dog is very stressed out with her.
The wolves are very stressed out, guys.
She'll be fine.
If
I open up the bag and I look inside.
Sure.
For the first time. Is it there?
Shh. Yeah, it's there.
This is real.
Yeah. Paid money for that. It's real.
Yes, this is real.
he paid money.
Yeah. You can show everyone if you wish, or show the
I'll
viewers.
take it out and I'm just gonna pop it on the table.
Now do we recognize it?
I clutch my
go.
symbol.
It definitely is some sort of holy symbol. I would say that those of you of faith would know. And when you were to hold it,
That
you
is
could.
heavy.
It's legit.
It's platinum.
Ooh!
You would
I like
know.
that.
You would know.
You're
Essentially, it
talking
is a
about in real
holy
life.
symbol. It does
Forgive me
contain
for
holy
that.
I give it
magics.
to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not magic familiar. Like, I feel like our god's magic would be familiar
can't-
to us.
I can't tell you too much because it's an intuitable object.
Ooh!
Do we feel comforted or sacrilege? Or...
No, you feel inspired.
Super
Ooh.
cute.
Like, when all 3 of us hold it, we get the sense of, like...
It's a useful item. It's inspiring. It could be used to deal with
anything.
your enemy.
I don't know if I would be... I think I have a whole
I would say Rhodes doesn't really so much have a conventional god as much as others do.
Right.
So I think he would maybe be open to connecting with it if others don't feel that way.
I'm clutching my own amulet, which is my god's.
So is anybody opposed to Rhodes being the bearer of this item?
Rhodes, be careful.
It's all yours, Rhodes. You now have the holy symbol of... It's called Breathing Kind, I believe.
You got the Morgan.
That's pretty sweet.
Pretty sure is what it is.
I love helping gods.
I believe the Twilight would want me to understand this.
Do be
the image
careful.
of the sun. You gods are very confusing. More fickle than the Fae.
Yes, the holy symbol of Ravenkind. Just Ravenkind to confirm. With that, we've reached the end of this chapter. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for playing. Hit those subscribe, like, all those buttons.
Stab the subscribe.
Try to boost these numbers up to get us to give you more content.
Finish
if you
that
enjoy it.
subscribe button.
And until next time, keep grinning.
Aww.
Message brought to you by the Guildmaster Dusty.